You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
No scripts, no filter, no fear, no fear. We said what we said, and meant that. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real, yeah, we keep no filter, shit, no filter, we feel, politics, stories, truth on display, we talk that talk, and I'm way, off the record, and you got, Foxy to Roxy, she go hard,
I swear on everything that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
Busy with the facts, she never knew. I said what I said, that's what I said, that's off the record. Come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. Just pull the roots from what they keep. Paint the progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Foxy bring the flame. Busy dropping seats, city never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We take the truth global, remember the name. No apology, no disguise. Just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. We said what we said. Off the record, off the record. Yeah, yeah. We said what we said, what we said.
The record.
Hey. What's good, everybody? It is Off the Record, your boy, Minion with Opinion, aka Minion the God, along with my co-host. I said what I said. What's good? I said
Hey,
what I said.
hey, everybody. Nothing much, Minion. Just trying to get this Saturday started and kicked off. But, everything's good. Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to the show.
All right. Well, guys, we got a lot to talk about today. As y'all can see from the title, America is cooked at this point, and y'all see it is time for us to get ready. We may be going to war. I don't know. So we're gonna talk about it all today. And in today's show, before we get started, do we want to take some time to shout anybody out? Actually, before we get started, can you guys do us a huge favor and hit the like button? If you have not done so already, go ahead and press the subscribe button. We have a lot to talk about today, and we are definitely going to keep our foot on America's neck because I don't know what's going on with America right now, but we got to hold somebody accountable.
Child. And the scary part, Minion, it's just what the second week of January. We're ending what, the first week of January.
First week. I mean, this is literally day 10.
Day 10.
Day 10.
Right.
And America is cooked.
Right. That's the scary part for me. Because we just entered this year. Dude just came in office. He's been in office as of really not even a whole year yet, because what, January 20th will make a whole year. So it's not even January 20th yet. And look at the destruction and the chaos and the confusion and all the ruckus that's going on in America. So I'm not saying I'm afraid, but I'm on alert. I got my eyes and my ears open, and I'm just bracing myself because we just don't know what's going to happen this year. It was very tumultuous. It's been very tumultuous with this guy being in office not even a whole year, and look at all the things that's happened so far. And we're definitely going to get into it in with the show. But Minion, why don't you just go ahead and to give everybody time to get in, why don't you just go ahead and review the topics that we're going to talk about, because I see people still coming in. So let's just, at the 5 minute mark, maybe we can just go ahead and start
Giving some shout outs
yeah,
and
we'll give our shout outs after you go ahead and give the topics of the day of what we're going to talk about. Just give people a little bit of time to come in because, sometimes, you got to go get your coffee and your snacks or, or just finishing up your lunch or whatever. So let's just give people time to come in and then we'll shout them out in the chat.
all right, sounds good, guys. Well, in today's show, y'all know we gonna talk about the neighbors being forced to give a lady up to ICE. So we're gonna watch the footage of a actual like real life event that took place where a neighbor had to actually give up somebody running from ICE to the ICE enforcement. We're going to talk about some new ICE footage that was released regarding the Renee Good shooting. Of course, we're going to talk about the Minnesota residents and how they respond. And then we're going to look at some U.S. representatives speaking up against ICE and this entire administration. MAGA's response to the ICE shooting. We're going to talk about Trump and whether or not he is a puppet and if somebody else is running the country because, he was passed a note that he read out loud and it was very telling. And we're going to look at that footage. We're going to talk about Megan, what's her name? Megan, y'all know her name, Megan and Tucker
Kelly,
Carlson. Megan
Megan
Kelly
Kelly. Yeah.
and Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson. They admit that they are part of the problem. And then we're going to get into some salacious stuff. And we're going to talk about Donnie McClurkin and his new lawsuit. And then we're going to talk about T.I. Reminiscing on his experience when he went to Jamal Bryant's church. So we're going to get into a lot of things today, but most of it is going to be regarding ICE and Renee Good and the shooting. So I hope you guys are ready. If you guys don't like talking about that type of stuff, this may not be the show for you, but we're definitely going to get into it. So please press the like button, subscribe, like I said, if you guys haven't done so, to I Said What I Said and Off the Record. And we can get into some shout outs if you're ready.
Okay, sounds good to me, Minion. So we have a Leo lady in the house. Happy Saturday to you, and thank you for being here today. We have let me scroll down and get rid of our messages. And happy Saturday to you, X Complicated. Thank you for being here today. We have Dolly Skillion 8381. Happy Saturday. Thanks for being here. Happy Saturday to you, Chanel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have Ray M. Uh, F1X. He say World War III fire.
Oh Lord.
Okay, well, happy
No, but
Saturday,
I
Ray.
definitely agree. But yeah,
Right.
sad.
Okay, well, I'm not ready for World War III. Okay, I want some peace and harmony in this mug. Happy Saturday to you, Damien. Thank you for being here. He said, "Ice, ice, baby."
Oh Lord. Wow.
Right. Hey, SBK Media. Happy Saturday to you, and thank you for being here, sir.
What's good? SBK.
Right.
Y'all go subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't done so.
Yeah, subscribe to SBK Media. He has a great channel over there. So you guys want to kick it with SBK? Go ahead. He do pop culture, and he talk about everyday real life subjects. So have a great channel over there. So definitely subscribe to his channel. And we have Cross Country Cruiser. Happy Saturday, sis. Thank you for being here today. We
Discover
have
Channel?
no, Cross Country Cruiser don't.
Okay.
But Thriving Glow with Joe has a channel. Happy Saturday, sis. Thanks for being here. Go subscribe to Thriving Glow with Joe. She do
Well,
health and wellness on her channel.
thank you guys for being in the building.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to all the content creators. Shout out to the content creators that's supporting the channel. We appreciate that. We have Treat Lane here today. He said, "Don't challenge law enforcement. It won't end well for you." Ooh. I didn't
Ooh.
know ICE was law enforcement.
I
With
guess we're
minimum
gonna
training.
find out today, huh?
Y'all go FAFO with ICE, baby. That's what Treat Lang say. Well, happy Saturday, Treat Lang, and thank you for being here today. And we'll take that into consideration. We have It's Trav, 187. Happy Saturday, and thank you for being here today. He said we're gonna take Greenland, I guess. Child, I hope not.
That's what they saying. I would rather my tax pair of dollars go somewhere else, but I mean,
Well, that's the word on the curve,
I
though.
guess we don't have a choice.
Well, it's the word on the curve,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it is what it is. Joe say, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in, and thank you, and please, and thank you. And we have Sue Werner here. She said, "Ice, ice, baby." So we got a lot of ICE supporters in here today. We have Code 338. He say, "What's in the woke libtard trash in this?" Well, stick around and find out, Cole. And thank you for being here today, and happy
We
Saturday.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate all our supporters, whether they agree with us or not. But everyone is welcome. Now, we do ask that you keep, let's just try to keep it cute in the chat. You can have a difference of opinion because, that's we don't care. You believe what you believe. We believe what we believe. But just, make sure you follow the YouTube guidelines and not, curse in the chat.
That's right.
So that we can hear your comment, because at the end of the day, we want to hear what the other side have to say also. So just make sure your comments are within YouTube guidelines. Thank you, please, and thank you. We have Thirsty Rabbit here. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here.
What's good, Thirsty?
We have Mike Gray. He said, "Yeah, look at all the things I make more money he's getting rid of. All the illegals that shouldn't be here. Most of them are criminals, including the ones that just crossed the border illegally." Okay, Mike. Okay.
Well, that's a
I guess
perspective.
you done your research on it.
Yeah.
Well, happy Saturday to you too, Mike. Happy Saturday to Damien B2I. He say all this libtard sound like they've all leered in the learning center. Okay, well, hey, stick around.
Did he mean learned, or I don't know.
I don't know.
We just can only read what they say.
We can only read what they say, since they're so smart and everything,
Yeah.
Hey, happy young Rios. Happy Saturday, sir, and thank you for joining us today. He's Young Rios is a content creator also, guys. So go ahead and subscribe to Young Rios channel.
That's what's up. We appreciate
Yeah.
all the content creators.
Love it when we have content creators in here. So you have Fats O Big. He say, when we're a Muslim country, we won't have to worry about none of this stuff no more. Well, this is the United States of America, so we can't be a Muslim country. We whatever religion and faith you want to be, that's what the United States stand for. So it's a melting pot, so it won't be a dominant religion. Okay, it shouldn't be dominant anything. Everybody is everybody up in the United States of America. We got true believers in here. Happy Saturday. If you use your vehicle as a deadly weapon, chances are you're gonna get shot. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Hey.
that's another way to look at it. We gonna talk about it all though.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it.
True believer said what they said.
Yeah.
We got Pablo in the house. Happy Saturday. First thing we need to do is get Hitler out of here. Okay, Pablo. Pablo said we need to get rid of Hitler. I didn't know Hitler was around. Maybe it's Hitler Jr. or something. I don't know. We got Linda as front row here. Happy Saturday to you, Linda, and thanks for being here.
We appreciate Linda
and
all the people.
We appreciate everybody that showed up for us. We got Uh, some random guy speaks. MAGA for life. Happy Saturday, some random guy. Thank you for
What's
being here.
good?
What's
Thank you for
good?
being here.
Yeah. We got Daisy Freedom Fighter here. God bless Trump.
All
Us,
right.
my vote keeps on giving. All right, Daisy. We,
Celebrate.
we ain't mad at you. We
Go
got
have a drink.
yeah,
Take a shot.
let's have a toast, baby. We got Eve has many faces. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday to you. We got lots of wiggles. Happy Saturday.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Salty Colonel, Trump stay winning. Happy Saturday to you.
We love it. We love it.
Oh yeah, definitely love it. We got Seth. I'm gonna just say Seth. Happy Saturday to you, and thank you for being here today. And I'm gonna try to get through this chat. I'm gonna start reading you guys' comments. We got Phyllis Lopez. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Mark 82nd. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here, Nathan. We have Crack Lover One. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Ernest Berry. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. X Shadow Hands. Happy Saturday. Ooh, whoa, X Shadow. X Shadow. I don't know if you heard my comment. I need you to follow the YouTube guidelines if you wanna you want your
Oh,
messages to come through the
oh,
chat.
wow.
Please follow the YouTube guidelines because we can't, we just can't do that. Okay, please.
Oh,
Still
God.
can't be silenced. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday. 50 kg brain. Happy Saturday. And thank you for being here. Oh Lord, we got a lot of people in here. Thank you, guys.
I think
Yeah,
this is wild.
yeah, this is wild here. Truth Only is here. Happy Saturday. I don't even know if I spoke to Daisy. Daisy Freedom Fighter. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here because I don't want to miss anybody. We got Rolf in the house. Happy Saturday, Rolf. We got Mark in the house. Happy Saturday. Jen, Joey, Dre, our wife. Happy Saturday to all of you guys. We got Charles in the house.
Sheesh.
And I know we got a lot. Listen, Linda. They came to hear us,
Wow.
and we'll appreciate all of this. We do. We'll appreciate your support. Now, make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure that y'all subscribe to our channels. Off the record, and I said what I said. Channel. Lenny is in the house. Marjorie is in the house. Truth Only is here. Linda is here. Happy Saturday to you guys. We got Captain Homer here. Happy Saturday, Captain Homer.
What's good? What's good?
Spencer, Dave, Tara.
Not when. Look, he said when. When. Go back. Go back
To who?
the one you just clicked off of.
I don't know. I don't know which one because I'm going so fast. Which one
Oh,
did you?
okay. It
What?
says something about win, play dumb games, win dumb prizes, WHEN, dumb prizes. I'm like, these people here.
Well, listen. Everybody entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, no, but at
It's all
least,
good.
spell check it before, you send
Yeah.
it out.
Well, we understand what they're talking about, though. We'll read between the lines. Sometimes your fingers get happy when you're typing.
You get excited.
You get excited. We got the
Right.
platinum pimp in the house.
What's good, y'all?
We got Jay Franklin, Joey, Spencer, Chris, Halston, Endom, Fat So Big. A lot
Fat
of people.
so big.
Yeah,
Wow.
Daniel, Sus,
What's good, y'all? What's good?
Blue Dragon, obviously gifted, Christopher, Phyllis, Sharon, DMC, Muster,
All right.
Tone, Sela,
Y'all hit the like button. Hit the
John,
like
William,
button.
Pappy. Pappy say impeach now. Shit. Jeremy, Carol.
Wow. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, because we got so many people in the chat. It's going to take 20 minutes just to speak to everybody. So, hey, I tell you what, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. And thank you guys for being here. So, if we didn't highlight your name, we're sorry, but we have to go ahead and get started because the more names I put on here, the more people that's joining. We have about 500 people in our chat right now. Well, 400 people in our chat. So, we're not going to be able to get through all the names. But like I said, please follow the YouTube guidelines. Please do not attack our panel and do not attack each other in the chat. You're more than welcome to put your messages in the chat, but just make sure that you keep it cute. Don't attack anybody, but you definitely put your opinion in the chat because we don't mind. Absolutely. And it's showtime.
Showtime. All right, guys. So the first thing, y'all, we going to react to these ICE agents. They picked up a woman and the woman ran, I guess, to the neighbor's house. And so we're going to watch this video and we're going to react to watching this neighbor have to give up this woman to ICE.
There's nothing we can do.
Come on, just come on. Ma'am, I am so sorry. I don't want to do this. Come on. Come on.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do. I'm Native American. This is against everything I stand for. What the fuck do I do, man? I need you to come up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, I need you. Come on. I can't. Don't. No guns. No guns. Anybody. No shooting anybody.
It's okay. No guns. No guns. No nothing.
Oh, wow.
I'm so sorry.
Could y'all imagine?
I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry. I have TikTok followers. I have this going on my TikTok. I have 11,000 followers. I will let everybody. What is your name? What is your name? What is your name? Let me see.
Ma'am, tell me your name.
Okay, ma'am. The police said I have to let you go, ma'am. I don't know what to do.
What is she saying?
No, they won't hear you. They won't hear you.
How could you do this to your own fucking people? That's insane. I don't fucking care. Y'all didn't have no fucking warrant.
Just give her some time.
Just give her some fucking time. Y'all just shot someone in Minnesota. I ordered DoorDash. My fucking DoorDash.
Oh, she a DoorDash lady?
I'm Native American. Yeah. Get the fuck off my yard until she comes that way. Wow. You don't even have a fucking warrant. But I'm not gonna go to fucking jail because y'all pieces of shit ain't got nothing better to do because your wife's
you can't even order fucking DoorDash.
Yeah, and Joe is saying, pause it for a second. Joe is saying that her daughters are alone and her daughters are at school. So apparently she saw this video. But how despicable. The lady just trying to work. And see, the problem I have with this is Trump said that he want to get rid of all the illegal people that's criminals. I don't see nothing criminal about trying to work. This lady is just trying to do her job. And at the end of the day, they don't know if this lady have a criminal record or not. And how the hell you just gonna go pull up to somebody else's house and this lady trying to, she's just delivering food to DoorDash and you out here arresting her. And this is the kind of stuff that people are upset about.
This is madness. Like, who wants to be involved in this type of shit? If you gonna do this shit, do it out there, but don't bring this shit to my house. You mean to tell me I can't even order fucking DoorDash without having to risk ICE coming up to my fucking house?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is crazy.
Pendejo.
Solas, no. Tengo dos niños. No, eso es mentira, Ustedes lo separan de las familias. Tengo mis dos niñas solas.
They already took her kid. I don't know what to do. I have a baby. They were literally telling me that if I don't, the cops were even telling me that if I don't open the door, they'll literally charge me with harboring. I don't know what to do. Come here, ma'am. Come here. I ordered DoorDash. This lady ran into my house. They don't have a warrant, but they told me I was going to be charged with harboring.
They were gonna break down my door.
They were going to break down my door. I already did. The police told me to give them up to her.
The police are saying we can't keep her in here.
Tengo mis niñas solas, por favor, aunque sea.
She's from Minnesota. She has a Minnesota license.
And how are you guys gonna wear the police
Minnesota
symbol if you guys aren't police?
You're literally talking to her in Spanish. I hope they turn on you and take your family, because that's what you're doing to people.
You're separating family.
They took her kid.
Wow.
I don't know what to do. My baby's inside. I did call the police. The police told me that
they're gonna help
they told us that we have to open the door.
We have two options: get charged with harboring or fucking release her.
The police should be on their way, but I don't know.
And why don't you guys have a search warrant?
Where? Where is it? Where's the paper?
Show me federal judge
Where's the paper?
Yo me voy con mis niñas.
Where's the warrant, guys?
Fucking warrant.
This is madness.
Yo me voy con las niñas.
Yes, you have permission to be on our yard. No, I don't give ICE permission to be on my fucking yard.
This is our property. You guys
I own this property.
This is the kind of chaos that the administration want us to see. Agent Orange like this kind of shit. He loves the chaos. He loves hurting people. He loves putting people in pain. And he's sitting back eating his popcorn, probably watching all of this shit because he loves social media. So, you know, he's sitting back watching all of the stories, watching it all go down, just like he sat back and watched January 6th go down, and now trying to rewrite history. And his followers are just going along with whatever he's saying. But, you know, I remember when his ass was on the campaign trail and he said he was going to be deporting criminals. They don't know if these people have criminal records or not because they're not checking. All they're checking for is if you have a brown skin and if you have an accent or if you have black skin in the Somalis and the Haitians cases. And so they're just targeting different people because they have a quota that they have to meet because they made the statement that they was going to deport, 20 million people or something like that. I don't know what the number was, but they're trying to meet this damn quota. So anything goes now at this point. So this is what you get when you have untrained, unlicensed people that work for the federal government who don't have any type of training and don't know what they're doing. So they're just, you know, at this point, in my opinion, they're vigilant. They're thugs, and they're the ones who's doing the terror attack on America. Not you know, they called the lady a terrorist, the one who Renee Good. They called her a terrorist, but in my opinion, ICE is the damn terrorist around here.
Just imagine being able to become $50,000 richer by agreeing to mask yourself up, hop out of a van, and kidnap people. Just imagine what kind of people are you attracting when you say, hey, come one, come all. We are basically completely relaxing the criteria so anybody can fucking apply and anybody can fucking qualify.
And a lot of them have records. A lot of them are criminals that's arresting the quote unquote so-called criminals.
So what we're gonna watch now is a few instances of unhinged ICE occurrences. One is going to take place in at a high school. One is going to take place in front of an ICE facility. And then I think the first one that we're going to watch is just a guy actually confronting one of the ICE agents. So let's look at it. Well,
Back up!
Step back. She hit a vehicle. Stay back and
So that's what we got with one of the ICE occurrences. And this is ICE. And that's ICE at a school. So that's just basically pretext to the video that we're about to watch that just was released of the new footage of the POV from the officer who was actually filming the incident while he was at work right before. I think this is the same officer that actually fired off the shots that killed Renee Good. So this is his POV. He was filming from his I guess his phone.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! So that was the video that was just released. What do you think about that? I mean,
she didn't act hostile to me. So in my opinion, what that means is, it's a lot of people putting a lot of shit in our chat right now, right? They're putting their feelings in our chat, and we don't have a problem with that. But I guess you can't say what you want to say to an ICE agent, And so,
well, she didn't even say anything mean. She was like, "I'm not mad at you."
Right. She said she wasn't mad, but the other lady told Big Boy to go have lunch, and I guess that was offensive enough for them to drag her out the car. Well, for them to try to drag her out the car, and since they couldn't drag her out the car and she was getting away, then he shoots her in the head.
Right.
And so that's to me, that's untrained. You're not trained to shoot somebody, and from what I understand, when somebody is trying to get away, you definitely don't fire your weapon. Our police had a problem. Have a bad habit of that also. Just because someone is trying to escape you, if they're not a threat, they don't have a weapon, and they're not trying to actually, pose a threat to them, just by getting away is not a threat to any officer of the law. Okay. Like I said before, you got facial recognition, you got license plate recognition, you have all type of technology to find these people. So why put yourself in danger and put the public in danger, as well as your suspect in danger, shooting at them just because they're running away from you? That is not training 101 in any type of law enforcement.
In addition to the fact that this man, he was so unharmed that he was able to keep his phone
and walk
still
around
in his hand.
Yeah.
Recording. It didn't hit the floor because he was, bumped out the way or nothing. He still had his phone in his hand. My thing is, why is your phone in your hand while you're working? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on anyway. But that's also another thing. Why are you filming while you're at work?
And the whole thing about it is, I know we're going to talk about it later, but you had JD Vance and Fox News and MAGA saying that she's trying to hit this guy. Well, if she was going to try to hit him, she would have pulled forward. She wouldn't have turned her tire to the right and then tried to get away. She pulled opposite of him. So she wasn't trying to run over him. She wasn't trying to use the car as a weapon. She actually was just trying to get away from him. But of course, this administration wants you not to believe your true eyes. Don't believe what you hear, just believe what we say.
And I mean, I'm gonna play it one more time before we move to the next clip, because I think that it's important that we actually, I mean, the woman was practically, you know, to me, very courteous, very nice, considering the circumstances. They're protesting against ICE. This is an ICE agent. She's not showing any aggression. She's trying to let people go around her. So let's just watch this video one more time, and then we're going to go to the next clip. Let's see. I guess they don't want to play again.
It's just that disgusting.
They said, nah. Let's move on. Okay, let's go. Keep going then.
My dad fought in World War II, in Battle of Bulge. He'd be rolling in his grave to see what's happened in America now. And America needs to hold up a mirror to see what we've become. This is just so un-American to see Americans assaulting Americans like this. And these people here is what's America, protesting the brutality of what's happening in their cities and streets. And we felt, we'd never seen border agents before. We took the light rail down from downtown. We lived downtown. And we were trying to protest what happened yesterday, that bloody shooting, but then to see what border agents are like. And this is our first exposure to border agents. Pushed down the snowdrift. You know, we weren't part of anything, aggressively assaulted, and like, okay, that's what this is. That's what Border Patrol are. And they want fear. They want to project that intimidation. And that's frightening for all of America.
Yeah, so that's what one of the families in Minnesota had to say regarding their experience. And then the Philadelphia sheriff actually shares her view on what's going on with ICE as well. So let's take a look at that, and then we can have a conversation.
Good afternoon. I'm Rochelle Bilal, the sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States. Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement professional wears a mask. None. None. Those that come into our communities wearing a mask to commit crime, thank God for our district attorney, Larry Kraftner, who say he's going to lock them up. And I'm saying now, we are not going to whisk you away for them to hide your identity, because when you do it there, you're getting arrested there. No whisk away.
No whisk away.
To hide you. None of that here.
Take their ass right then and there.
Law enforcement professionals do not shoot at moving vehicles. I'm not saying fleeing, because she wasn't fleeing. She was getting out of the way.
What did I just say?
Law enforcement professionals do not stand in front of moving vehicles invoking an action that is illegal. No, we don't. And so we stand here today with all those who stand against the made up fake, what you can call ICE professional law enforcement. I don't call them none of that. I call them made up fake wannabe law enforcement, because what they do is against not only legal law, but the moral law.
There you go.
So I'm with the DA, and we will work with them. If any of them want to come in this city and commit a crime, you will not be able to hide. Nobody will whisk you off. You don't want this smoke, because we will bring it to you.
Yes,
that's
sir.
Right.
And the fake, whatever they call them, because I can't say the name, but the criminal in the White House would not be able to keep you from going to jail.
Whoops, there it is.
Renee Good should be here today. And to her family, we are saying law enforcement professionals are not the ones here in this city that would do that. But here's the last thing that I would say. Law enforcement professionals around the country do their job. And we have been fighting for years to build that bridge between us and our communities. You have one negative nutcase that causes this problem, and now we all have to fight again to let people know law enforcement works with communities. These crimes would not be down if we didn't have communities work with us. Thank you.
Did she just?
Sis read them their rights. And I wholeheartedly agree. And that's just what I just said. You're not trained to shoot at somebody that's moving. You're supposed to try to diffuse the situation, not, exacerbate the situation. You're not supposed to do that. And like she said, they're not trained. They're unlawfully trained people that he just installed in the streets. And everybody that's going along with this, you better buckle up and get ready, because today is Renee, tomorrow it may be you. Okay, so if they can do this to Renee, they can do this to anybody. So everybody better just buckle up and get ready
And your
for
day
the
of
ride.
reckoning is gonna come.
Yeah,
if
and
you
I'm
support this type of shit.
I hope the rest of the states, because one thing that this administration can't save, if a state prosecutes you, it's no immunity. He can't protect you if the state charge you. Okay. And so I hope all of the states get ready to start charging these people. And Keith Ellison said that he's getting ready to try to prosecute homeboy. And he's the attorney general of Minneapolis. And so it looked like the sisters and the brothers are going to have to stand up for this country once again and save the country, in my opinion.
Well, we ready for the fight. Trust me, he got the right ones when he thought he was messing with us.
Right.
See, he only getting the whitewashed version of an American what do you want to call it? I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not. It starts with an R. It's a revolt. He got the whitewashed version of an American Revolution.
Right.
But when he starts getting us involved, because that's what he wants. He wants us to be involved because he think it's going to go a certain kind of way. He think he's going to be able to get that martial law the way that he wanted. But see, he got the right ones when it comes to us, because it's 2025. We're not operating on 2026. I'm sorry. We're not operating on 1960 mindsets.
Right. Or 40 or 30 or 20.
Yeah. He got another thing coming when he think that he about to start targeting us. So
right. It's gonna be some.
So we're gonna keep watching the whitewashed version of this revolution.
Right.
Because it's still making waves. Don't get it twisted. They still causing commotion. And we still gonna watch it. But he ain't ready for when we get involved.
That's right. And keep in mind, we're paying for this bullshit. We're paying for this. These are American tax dollars paying we're paying for ICE to come rain down on our parade, to come and rain terror in our neighborhoods. So what Congress need to do, stop the funding, because Congress can stop the funding. So do your damn job, Congress. Do your job. Stop the funding, because they can stop all of this funding. They can shut all of this down if they want to. So don't let the House and the Senate tell you that their hands are tied, because they're not. Congress is who hold the purse. They hold the purse, not the president. The president make the law. The president make the orders, or he tells Congress what he want, and Congress just oblige. And the scary Republicans just go, oh, okay, Mr. President, whatever you want, Mr. President, we'll just do whatever you say do, instead of holding their own, instead of doing the right thing. And instead of trying to represent the people that put them in office, they're just going along with Agent Orange of whatever it is that he wants. But they can shut this down tomorrow if they wanted to.
Let's watch these representatives basically also kind of give context and say what this really is about.
This is the glove compartment of Renee Good. 37-year-old mom, 3 kids.
The terrorist.
She wasn't a terrorist. She wasn't a criminal. She was a mom. There's no weapon in that glove compartment. There's no knife, no gun, no explosive. Stuffed animals. Any one of us with young kids knows what that glove compartment looks like. It's a distraction device. It's a bribery tool. It's a way to keep your kids calm when they're acting out in the car. She had a baby to go home to. A 6-year-old who is now orphaned, who lost his father just 2 years ago. So you want to defend this? You want to defend the murder of this mom? You want to root on and cheer for her being shot in the face 3 times? Unfortunately, this is where we have been heading from the start. It was just a matter of time. When you hire masked thugs, of course, it's going to get increasingly horrible. We started with ICE agents chasing people through the fields and the factories where they work, deporting US kids with stage 4 cancer, pulling peaceful people out of their homes and cars by their hair. And now, shooting a mother and telling us, just like you told us on January 6th, don't believe your eyes when you see the video. Is this going to get worse? Of course it will. Bodies are piling up. Will Renee Good be the last mom murdered by ICE? We literally now have masked murderers roaming our streets. But we're not helpless. And if my Republican colleagues are going to do nothing right now, you better believe that accountability is coming. Here's what it looks like. The masks are coming off. Identification is coming out. Immunity is going to be stripped. And to Kristi Noem, Tom Cashbag Homan, and Greg Bovino, your asses are going to be in these witness chairs. The job we have on this committee is to keep Trump out of our streets, out of our homes, and out of our lives. No policy matters to anyone on this committee if you can't protect your people. So people like Renee Good, an American citizen, a mom, doesn't get shot 3 times in the face. So she can go home to her 6-year-old child. And so we can go back to the country I know we are.
All right, guys. And then also let's take a look at this from Rep. Moskowitz as he talks about Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi.
This is the person. This is the person who within minutes of the shooting, went on TV and called it domestic terrorism. What is she, hiding her face like her ICE agents now? She can't show her face either? By the way, is this what the $800 billion went to? Every day we see her after there's some new tragedy in Homeland, she's wearing a different outfit with a different hat. I mean, come on, guys, she looks ridiculous. She's not just an embarrassment to the country. She's an embarrassment to you and the president. Okay, she deserves to be removed from her job by the president, and if not impeached, not just for her complete failures in Homeland, but her destruction of FEMA. She's not even running the department. You guys know this. You guys know she's not running Homeland. Your governors and you all, when you need your FEMA money, you don't call Noem, you call Corey. You know she's not running the place. She's a complete and utter embarrassment. By the way, every Homeland Secretary has come in front of this committee once a Congress. I'd like to know the date she's coming. When is she coming? When is she coming? By the way, do you know Pam Bondi has not come in front of this committee? Do you know she's the only secretary to not appear in front of a committee yet? When is she coming? What's the date on the calendar that she's coming? You know what? Let's make it easy. I want to make a motion to subpoena Pam Bondi.
Second.
To this committee. How much are we going to...
The gentleman is not recognized for that motion. However, the chair will advise as to the Attorney General coming for, as they do routinely.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. But where is the Attorney General, the only secretary to not appear, okay, in front of a committee? The only one. We're into year 2 of this Congress, and we've not had the Attorney General in front of this committee. How much are we going to weaken Article 1 of the Constitution while you guys remain in power? I watch you twist yourself into pretzels trying to defend this, running away from previous statements, disagreeing with yourself, trying to defend the crap that's happening.
All right, so you guys see them talk about Kristi Noem, how she basically is just a cosplay puppet that's in office. She's not really
wannabe.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about what her role is. She just gets in front of cameras and spews the script that she's been given, because obviously none of them know anything about an investigation. How the hell is she gonna get her ass out on and do a public press conference talking about a shooting that hasn't even been an investigation to?
15 minutes.
The blood hasn't even dried from on the damn.
They still wait a minute. The woman was still on the damn scene. The coroner hadn't even picked the woman up. The investigation was still going, and she gets on TV and holler, that she call a woman a terrorist and what have you. But at the end of the day, I heard through the grapevine, and I'm watching all these rumors. The rumor is they getting ready to try to allegedly impeach her. Congress is not happy with her at all, and they're trying to. It's in the rumor mill that they're getting ready to try impeach her. Yeah, and I can't wait for her to leave. And keep in mind, this is the same person that actually killed her own dog.
Yeah, because she couldn't train it.
Yeah, the dog was untrainable. So let's just go ahead and take him out. With that type of mindset. Good God Almighty.
It ain't her. It ain't her. It's the dog.
Yeah, it's the dog. Yeah, kill him out.
Millions of people can train their
who kills their dog? Who kills their dog because he's not trainable? That is crazy.
Millions of people can train their dog, and her dumb ass couldn't figure out how to get her dog trained. You couldn't take the damn dog to a school or to the SPCA or something.
Well,
you had to kill it.
Listen, apparently she can't train nothing. She can't train a dog, and she damn sure can't train these ICE agents.
Absolutely.
She can't have them to follow
this is the same woman that had that campaign for meth. We're on it. And you know what? I'm actually that's the next thing that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna bring that back up. We're gonna bring Throwback Thursday or something. We're gonna do something about it. We're gonna bring up the fact that this is the woman who incompetence is a part of her resume. Oh, but let's look at Stephen Miller, guys. This is a little excerpt from what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel. He did a little show on a little segment on Stephen Miller, and I thought it was funny. So let's talk about it.
He did a little montage on
a little montage. Right. So let's just look at this real quick, y'all.
Am I the only one who is sick and tired of being told to pick up my trash?
He's been sick and tired of.
What a lovely young man, huh? Even for 2002, that was apparently too much. And then when they tried to bring up the next speaker, all of a sudden it was okay to resist the authorities.
He's such a loser. He is such a loser, y'all. This is why he's so mad all the time. This is the reason why he's so mad all the time.
And they marched him straight to the White House, where he is now. So he's always
Look.
been like this. And you can read all about it in his new memoir, Born a Douche.
But he looks like, hold it.
That's the end of the clip. That's the end of it.
But he looks, this. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but he looked like somebody from overseas, don't he? He kind of reminds
Like
me
a
of
Russian.
He looked like Ben Laden to me or somebody. He looked like he's from overseas while he's.
Yeah, he looks like he definitely not of American descent.
Yeah, I think they need to check his DNA and see where he come from. Just like we need his birth certificate. Just like they call for Obama's birth certificate, we need Stephen Miller's damn birth certificate to find out where he from.
Yeah, he like that. I mean, just like J.D. Vance and his wife. His wife is clearly a dark-skinned immigrant. And so these people are sick.
But guess who?
Hold them up. The reason why they target the audience that they target is because they understand the feeble, small-minded capacity of these people who, as long as they hear the buzzwords, white supremacy, and all the other stuff, they're going to abide by whatever it is that they tell them that they need to do to uphold that agenda. So whether or not they really believe in white supremacy or not is irrelevant. They know that the lowest IQ people are the ones who will also follow the ideology of white supremacy blindly and will make it logical, make up any type of excuse to affirm the actions to, at the end of it, pretty much, promote white supremacy. So,
but hold on, Minion. At the end of the day, guess the guy that shot Renee Good, guess what type of wife he has?
What kind of wife?
His wife is Asian.
See, that's what I'm saying.
His wife is Asian.
Trump is a descendant of an immigrant.
Let me find that clip. I'm gonna find that clip so you can
Trump
bring it up later
is
on.
a descendant of an immigrant. He didn't marry an American because he don't like American women. He wanted a Russian woman. He got a Russian woman. He basically, so these people are basically shitting on these people, and
meanwhile, the hypocrisy is crazy.
Yeah, they are lining their pockets like they have never ever been able to in history, off of the dumb, low IQ people that support this bullshit. But only under the guise of saying it's going to eventually be white supremacy. But whilst none of the people that are in power that are saying, yeah, guys, this is what we are trying to do. This is white supremacy. None of them are actually following the rule book of what white supremacy is supposed to look like, because they all got immigrants. They all descendants of immigrants. And they are playing in these white supremacists' face because they know that these people have built their wealth, generational wealth, off the backs of black slaves. So they know that they can't really get the money out of the black people. But these white supremacists, they can suck them dry because this is what makes up the most of the wealth in the country. This is how they're able. This is the reason why in this moment, the largest transference of wealth has taken place in America, because these white supremacists who have accumulated all this wealth over generations are willing to buy into this idea that there is going to be white supremacy at the end of all of this.
You ready to see his wife right quick?
Let's see it.
Okay. Hold on, let me bring it back, and then let me share it for you. So this is who's going around killing immigrants. Meanwhile, he married to a whole immigrant. Okay. Give me 1 sec here.
The ICE agent who fatally shot protester Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis is a Trump-supporting Christian and war veteran who has a Filipino wife, according to family. Jonathan Ross has been identified as the agent who opened fire on Good on January 7th after the feds allege she tried to mow him down with her SUV on the suburban street. The 43-year-old is believed to have worked as an ICE agent since at least 2013. Based in Minneapolis full-time, he is a member of the ICE ERO Special Response Team, a specially trained tactical unit, law enforcement sources told the Post. As anti-ICE protests erupted across the country in the wake of the shooting, the agent's family rushed to his defense, telling the Daily Mail, "You would never find a nicer, kinder person. He's a committed, conservative Christian, a tremendous father, a tremendous husband. I couldn't be more proud of him," his dad, Ed Ross, said. The Iraq war veteran married his wife, who hasn't been identified publicly, in 2012. Ross's dad said his son's wife was a U.S. citizen, but wouldn't say how long she's been in the country. In the past, the wife has shared photos on social media of herself posing alongside a U.S. Border Patrol helicopter. The details on Ross's background emerged after it was revealed he had had a run-in with an illegal immigrant in Bloomington, Minnesota last June that saw him dragged 100 yards during a traffic stop, and he was hospitalized with significant injuries to his arm and hand, requiring 33 stitches. Resurfaced Ring camera footage originally obtained by CBS WCCO reveals what happened during the incident, which happened on June 17th in Bloomington, Minnesota. Roberto Carlos Munoz, the illegal immigrant from Guatemala with a lengthy rap sheet who dragged Ross, was arrested and charged with assaulting the officer and was convicted by a federal jury. In regards to the latest incident surrounding Ross, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said he had acted in self-defense and was justified in opening fire, and that Good was part of a mob of agitators attempting to thwart ICE's efforts in enforcing President Trump's immigration crackdown. The shooting poured gasoline on the long smoldering tensions between federal immigration agents and protesters who have fought back, at times violently, against the presence of agencies like ICE enforcing the law in their communities.
So he's had a history.
Yes. Shout out to New York Post for that clip.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Everybody have an immigrant at home, but they want to target other immigrants.
Right.
You got a whole immigrant at your house sleeping with you every night, snoring in your face.
I mean, let's be honest. The man in the first clip that we saw from ICE was speaking Spanish to the woman to try to console her to get her to come out. So, I mean, these ICE agents, not only are they a lot of times connected through relationships, but they're immigrants themselves. But they get along they have to get what is the saying? Get along to get along.
To get along. And that's what we all trying to do in America. Because hell, at the end of the day, everybody in America is a damn immigrant. We all migrate. Well, we were brought over here. And a lot of the Europeans just migrated over here. The land was the Indian land. It wasn't white people, black people, brown people, green people. It was the damn Indians. It was their land. The Europeans came over here and just took these people's land. Okay, took it, said it's theirs, just like they're trying to take Venezuela oil. We got a bad habit in America, just taking people's shit and claiming it as our own for whatever reason. And now you want to demonize and ostracize and tell everybody else to get out this damn country when your ancestors migrated over here also. Because once upon a time, some of your kin folks was immigrants. Okay, I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump getting orders from an immigrant, because Marco Rubio is obviously an immigrant, and he's up here telling Trump what to do. So let's look at this.
All right, thank you. You'll make it back one way or the other. You're all going to do very well. I think really very well. Marco just gave me a note. Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron, Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Just so pathetic.
Yes, go ahead, Marco. What was
So
what are you thinking
pathetic.
here?
Mark,
It's so
if you could
pitiful.
update us on operations in the ground and with the appropriate approvals, what you might be able to achieve in the next 12 to 18 months. Give us a little view from the ground.
You bet. So today, Chevron has 3,000 employees in 4 different joint ventures in Venezuela today.
Marco, like,
and over the past 5
fucking
to 7 years,
stupid,
they've taken
dumbass,
production from about 40,000 barrels a day to 240.
demented, what do you call it? Dementia-ridden. I bet Marco, like, I just can't wait till this fucking old fart croaks. Like,
Chad, Marco Rubio thinking about his power and his ambition, and he'll sell his soul to the devil like he done, just so he can rise up in MAGA. And at the end of the day, if you go back just a decade ago, Marco Rubio was talking about Trump. Everybody in his administration was saying that he was unqualified.
His vice president,
all of them was talking about him like he was a dog, and now they all lapping up to him. So get the hell out of here with all of that. All of it is everybody fake in this administration, okay? Everybody fake liking like they uphold this man and like they really care about him when they was just running against him, saying how much of a danger he is to the country, and the words that they spoke are coming true, but they all was against him in the beginning, and now that they see that he gets people attention. They see how powerful he is as far as his speaking and how he can mesmerize everybody. Because I got to give it to him. He's very charismatic, and he know how to brand. He can brand the shit.
Definitely know how to brand.
Yeah, he can brand the shit out of anything.
Now he can't brand himself into a successful business. Now let's just be clear.
Yeah,
the only thing he know how to do is just brand his name.
That's right. And he do a damn good job at it. Okay, I will call him the professional of branders.
Right. Now, business acumen, business knowledge, business wisdom, and to follow him for that.
Yeah, him in business is an oxymoron.
You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk.
Right.
He probably will get rich while you will suffer a massive loss. But whatever. Let's watch Caroline Leavitt leave it. She gonna try to say that Renee is basically the organized antagonist and it's the reason for her own demise. So let's look at this clip.
The deadly incident that took place in Minnesota yesterday occurred as a result of a larger, sinister, left-wing movement that has spread across our country, where our brave men and women of federal law enforcement are under organized attack. Right now, immigration and customs enforcement officers are facing a 1,200% increase in assaults, a 3,200% increase in vehicle rammings, and an 8,000% increase in death threats. ICE agents are faithfully enforcing federal law to protect the safety of the American people by removing criminal illegal aliens from our country, which is exactly what nearly 80 million Americans elected President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance to do. Radicals in the Democrat Party are furious over this. They don't want our border secured or criminal illegal aliens being removed. As a result, Democrats are impeding immigration enforcement operations daily, creating extremely heightened and dangerous circumstances that make it nearly impossible for the men and women of law enforcement to simply do their jobs.
Well, maybe that means that the agents need to have better training if it's going to be even increasingly more dangerous for them to have to do their jobs. They probably need a little bit more training that they're not, killing up the American.
And I'm tired of these dog whistle words, radical Democrats. Anytime anybody have any objection or a difference of an opinion, then you're radical.
Right.
You're radical for thinking logically.
Yeah, hit the like button if you agree, or if you think that ICE is doing what they're supposed to do. Hit the like button. We want all of the likes. We want to know you guys have to say. But yeah,
And leave
totally.
a comment too. We don't mind if you on the replay. Go ahead and post your comment. We don't mind, and we don't care if you agree with us or not. You know, it's a free country, supposed to be anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now let's just kind of look at this little clip of JD Vance. They're basically talking about the feds cut off Minnesota's access to investigate on the state level. So, although yeah, it was a federal agent because it's an ICE agent, Minnesota, the state, I guess, was trying to investigate, and they were blocked from being able to access any of the records or any of the files. So we're gonna look at that real quick, and we're gonna see JD Vance's response.
Yeah. Thanks for taking my question. So the head of Minnesota's investigations agency says that the U.S. Attorney's Office has essentially cut off the state investigations agency's access to the investigation. What is the precedent for that, and why shouldn't the Minnesota officials on the ground have access and evidence to work on this investigation?
First of all, I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job. The idea that Tim Walz and a bunch of radicals in Minneapolis are going to go after and make this guy's life miserable because he was doing the job that he was asked to do is preposterous.
The job that he was asked to do. And I want you guys to also keep in mind that prior to this man right here, the one with the eyeliner, the black eyeliner, and the
Oh yeah,
smoky eye, yeah, the meth
yeah.
there and the smoky eye on, smoky eye JD Vance. Before he told these ICE agents that they had immunity, they were not this brazen. So the dog whistles and all the signal calling and all that other stuff, it worked. It worked because guess what? More people have been shot since he said that shit. And now he's saying they are doing what we asked them to do. This is what we wanted for them to do. So what that tell y'all?
So they were asked to unalive people.
I'm pretty sure they would say, look, if they get
Treat
in your
people
way,
like garbage, beat them up, push them down in the
if they get
streets,
in your way, show them what ICE is made of. Show them
arrest them when they trying to do their job and deliver some damn DoorDash.
You better show them what the
to the lazy Americans who don't want to go pick up their own food. So you got these, other people, and I won't even just say immigrants. You just got people delivering food to you because you're too lazy to go get your own food. And now here ICE is at your doorstep.
Well, let me just show you exactly what ICE is allowing another protester. I mean, they don't like the other protesters, but this is what they allow this protester to do. So let's look at this. Just give you an idea.
The storm is here. When we come, one, we go all. No one can stop what is coming. Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are fucking terrorists. Patriots, get out here. We need the backup. And all you liberal commie motherfuckers, keep your hands to yourself or you're gonna get hurt today, all right? We executed one of you yesterday. You understand that? We executed one of you yesterday. Don't get hurt. Don't get them press. You're just talking to white supremacists. You guys keep getting stupid games. Do not give them attention. You guys keep getting stupid games. You're gonna keep getting stupid.
You keep playing stupid games, you're gonna get stupid prizes. Hot damn. So,
but look what they're creating. Look, you see what's boiling up and what's being created with all of this crap that's going on. Because you do have some people that's unhinged, that's drinking this Kool-Aid, right? he will be the main one that will go out in public and just unalive a lot of people. You know, this
Under
is
the
the prime,
guise
under the
of
guise of a cult.
right, of trying to be, uphold the American,
Un-American.
yeah,
Yeah, because to me,
MAGA
what MAGA is un-American.
ideology.
Yeah, they're un-American. They don't believe in laws unless they don't believe in anything unless it benefits their side, no matter what happens. Because I remember when MAGA was asking for the Epstein files, they was just totally upset about the Epstein files, and all of the MAGA pundits that's on social media. They're all doing infighting now. Everybody going against each other now. They're all fighting. And I guess
Well,
they're
speaking of
gonna
the
all take each
infighting,
other out. I guess I don't know.
I mean that actually takes us into this next clip that you have brought to my attention, where we have Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson admitting that they are part of the problem. So
And also too, let me just say this. My condolences go out to Renee Good and her family, because I haven't heard anybody on the other side give condolences like we had to give condolences to Charlie Kirk, because it was people saying that Charlie Kirk was divisive, that he was a racist, but I don't think anybody was celebrating his death like MAGA celebrating Renee Good's death. So my
Right.
condolences to the Good family.
absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Her death was not in vain, because it definitely is going to spark something. Let's look at this video.
Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly team up not only to criticize Donald Trump's ill-advised and likely unconstitutional regime change war in Venezuela, but also their former employers, Fox News. And we have to talk about it.
And who is this guy? Do you know who this is?
The name of his channel is Pondering Politics.
Okay, Pondering Politics. This is where we got the video from, guys. So y'all, if y'all haven't done so, y'all can also follow them as well. Thank you for releasing the video and giving us the commentary, because he also adds a lot of good context.
But before we do, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel,
I should have
please
just
be
let
sure to
him
hit the
have
like,
that.
subscribe, and alert bells.
There you go.
All right, folks, this is a bit of a follow-up to a previous video that we did a day or two ago about Megyn Kelly, because she criticized Fox and Trump. It's a breath of fresh air when they do that. But Tucker Carlson, who has similar sensibilities to Megyn Kelly on a lot of issues, you're talking about double the infernal far-right, star power here, so to speak. And when you have two right-wingers nominally aligned with Trump this big going after Trump and Fox, it's just chef's kiss. And interestingly, Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson seem to admit that they were part of the problem.
Well, look, we were, in a way, a part of that during the Iraq War.
Yeah, I know.
At Fox, right? Like, they didn't allow, and we didn't allow people who were criticizing the war a platform. We mocked them and made fun of them because I think we thought it was our duty to defend the war. And I see Fox News doing that right now. There's not really a skeptical voice over there about what we're doing in Venezuela. And I'm fine with the people who support the Venezuela move. Then I've been having them on my show all week and giving the president his due to hear what are the detractors saying and what are the supporters saying. And that's up for the audience to make up their mind. If they disagree with me on my stance, that's fine. It's great. No more power to them. But, that's not the job when you're on Fox News. And when I was there, I'll speak for myself, it was very clear to me what the job was, which was to root for it, to defend it, period. And not to allow
very clear what the job
to
was.
Express, why they thought it was a bad idea, but instead to mock them and to belittle them. Well,
Tucker Carlson admitted, they were part of the problem at Fox News, that when it was a Republican in charge and it was about regime change war and just war in general, they had an expectation that they were to not only not represent the alternative point of view, they were deliberately tasked from management to mock it and deride it. Not exactly good faith journalism. Of course, I don't think at this point, I'm not sure.
Sounds like a lot of people that's in a chat.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't think for yourself. So you just have to understand the assignment and just go out there and do what we tell you to do and say what we tell you to say.
That's
And you
right.
know it's wrong, but you're still gonna do it because what? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all
Mhm.
about the Benjamins in this good old United States of America. And whatever fit the narrative so that they can get those Benjamins, then that's just what they're gonna do.
Tribalism at its finest.
Either of them profess to be journalists at this point. But again, we're starting to see the inside baseball and a peek behind the curtain at Fox News. Pretty stunning stuff. And I'm be interested to see if Fox News responds to what Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson say. I wouldn't be surprised if they issue some sort of statement in response. But now that we have Tucker and Megyn going after Fox, what do they have to say about Trump's regime change war?
I don't love it. I got to be honest. I first of all would prefer we use our military defensively and not offensively, which may be anachronistic, but I'm not really in the mindset at all, especially now with 3 kids who are 2 out of 3 in their teens, of being super bellicose in our language or our approach to the world. And I don't really see this as necessary. I don't see this one as necessary. I don't love it.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Pause.
It
Now that her children could possibly be old enough to, go to the military, now it's a problem. Now that she's not on Fox News and he's not on Fox News, they're able to speak the truth now. And so, this just let you
Wake
know
up!
Fox is a propaganda machine. And, it's like being in Russia, state media. And that's basically what people been calling Fox News is state media. And here's the proof in the pudding right here. They're telling
Wake
you,
up.
what they've been doing when they was working for Fox.
It's not necessary. It's really not. I mean, the fact of the matter is they had a pretty favorable deal with respect to Venezuela's oil with Maduro before the regime change war. But Trump, as he indicated actually today in a New York Times interview, that there's something different for him about ownership as opposed to some sort of deal. So he clearly wants to have more direct control over the oil, and he wants to expropriate it for his own use. There is no reason for that. Even if we needed the oil, which we don't, there was a deal to be made. Trump reportedly had one, and then he blew right past it. Yeah. So let's continue.
I don't think this is something he ran on at all. I think he actually ran on the opposite promise that we weren't going to be doing this stuff. I don't think anybody who voted for him was thinking about this when we voted for him.
No. And what's funny is,
and I definitely don't think MAGA really thought that they were going to be conquering other countries. I thought that they thought that their prices were going to go down. Their, like the economy was going to get better.
Yeah, the price of eggs and bacon was going to go down, and they was going to be able to eat steak at a great price, and everything was going to, and no more wars, because that's what they were promised.
Now, they were told that the immigrants were stealing all the jobs and eating all the dogs and cats, but I don't really think that they actually even kind of thought it through. Like, how does this impact my daily life?
Right.
Because I don't think that any of them are being impacted by any immigrants taking their jobs. So, I don't know.
So we got another 20 years like we did in Iraq. We're going to pay for another 20-year war for nothing.
I don't know. I guess. MAGA? Is that what we're voting for, y'all? Another 20-year war?
Yeah, y'all put that in the comments.
In here.
Yeah, MAGA, can y'all put that in the comments if y'all voted for us to go ahead and invade Venezuela, Greenland, Cuba? Who else did he say? Greenland, Cuba.
Yeah, everybody. I mean,
everybody. Did y'all vote for this, MAGA? We would love to know if y'all voted for this.
Yeah.
And look like since Tucker and Megyn been on here, MAGA done kind of quieting down in the chat. So I don't know.
Let's see.
Maybe they don't like the truth.
Should have had this pulled up. There is some weird cult stuff going on with MAGA about this. As a matter of fact, it is truly, truly shocking. I'm going to go to my own profile here. let's see. There was a poll done about this, and it was just, again, truly, here it is. Okay. Okay, folks. It isn't what he ran on, but I want you to know the response. So CBS News poll, U.S. military action in Venezuela removing Maduro from power among MAGA Republicans. Right now, according to CBS News, that approval rating for this is 97%, and disapprove is 3%. So 97% of MAGA currently approve of what Trump is doing, and only 3% disapprove. But here's the difference. It's up by 94%. 94% of MAGA flipped.
Because
what?
Trump
They
said,
flipped?
you want to know what? Yeah, we targeting other countries. And they said, you want to know what? If you say we targeting other countries, then Daddy Trump, we're targeting other countries. Whatever you say goes. And that's how they know how small-minded. And that's the disrespect that I feel like MAGA should really be feeling. Like, how disrespectful for you to just think that because you decide to change your mind on a whim, that we're just going to change our mind on what you ran for. But guess what? They
Well,
give
hell, they
in.
help.
They
I mean, they
give
did it.
in.
So he
and
know
they-
what he can do. He know who his people are.
Exactly.
He know the integrity of his people. And he know whatever he say go, because that's what cult leaders do. You know, the cult leads, they lead the flock. And so if he say we're going to invade Venezuela and they don't agree with it yesterday, well, today, hell, they agree with it, because that's what he say they're going to do.
Look,
And let's all get on board. Okay?
Yeah, we need to figure out something. Maybe I need to put a poll up. But if
Please.
you believe in America first, hit the like button. If you think that America should be the first priority of this administration, hit the like button. Because why are we going out to these other countries? There's so many things that we could be addressing and focusing on in America, like healthcare prices, even though they just passed the Obamacare extension. Yeah, big surprise, because they already knew what was going to happen if millions of Americans had to endure their healthcare premiums spiking up by 2 and 3 times, and people had to get out for healthcare. So big surprise, the Republicans didn't have any type of other alternate plan, so they had to go ahead and extend the subsidies.
Child, they've been getting a plan since Obama introduced Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Since he got that approved, they've been trying to come up with a plan, and it haven't taken effect yet. It's been 10 years, and they got a concept of a plan. They have some talking points of a plan, but they don't really have a plan. So now the House went ahead, remember that shutdown that we had? And, we shut down for what, 6 weeks? Because they didn't want to go ahead and approve the Obama subsidies.
Right.
So now the House approved. How about the House approved the subsidies yesterday?
That's what I'm saying.
They went ahead and voted for it.
They just approved the subsidies. We did all that. The Republicans did all that for nothing.
For nothing.
Because they had no plan in place to replace the subsidies, and they could not even, how would they be able to run this election this year if they had people paying 2 and 3 times their premiums this year? They wouldn't have had any chance of being able to win any elections.
But
of course,
the Senate got but the Senate has to vote on it, and we'll see what the MAGA senators do. And MAGA, if these senators don't approve these subsidies, make sure y'all vote them out of office. I feel like we need a whole big change. We really need to change Congress, because these people are not working for us. They're working for themselves, in my opinion. They're working for their cult leader, and on the other side, they working for corporations and donors. They're not working for the American public. So there, I said it.
Well, my thing is, they keep saying that the ACA program and these subsidies is such a failure, and there needs to be so much reform. However, they had time. They were even out. They stopped the government. They paused the government. They put it on shutdown. but yet they have not come back with any type of alternative.
They too
No
busy
type
on
of
Grinder. They
reform.
don't have time, baby. They too busy on a Grinder app.
Too busy on Grinder.
Yeah, they
You
ain't got
know,
time for that.
they can't actually talk about the real shit that really affects American people on, everyday people. So
Allegedly.
Right. Let me put my
Allegedly.
all right, let's keep playing our guy here.
Between this poll and one of the last ones on Trump's regime change war in Venezuela. He campaigned against regime change wars. MAGA opposed regime change wars. And as soon as Trump changed his mind on it, so too did MAGA. Again, another poll, and I think this one's from YouGov. Yes, economist YouGov. Look at that spike of MAGA. Now you see a bit of spike from all of the relevant parties, which is insane. U.S. adult citizens, independents, Democrats. But look at this friggin' spike from Republicans. Stunning, right? They were the party allegedly less inclined towards regime change war. And simply because Trump has deviated on it, they're running straight forward. We've just never seen anything like that in a political movement. But I digress. Let's continue to hear from Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson.
But obviously, we can't go around invading Greenland. We can't go around invading any countries. We can't go invade Cuba. He mentioned them. We can't go invade Iran. We cannot go invade Colombia or just kick the guy's ass, as Trump is saying, and not expect any negative consequences to us.
Exactly. You cannot expect any negative consequences. But Trump doesn't. Trump is under this notion that might makes right. And because the United States is the mightiest military power, there can be no backlash whatsoever. But the United States was the mightiest military power when we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan. And look what happened. And people say, well, that's different. Look what we did with Maduro. Okay, yeah, we steamrolled Iraq, which had like the 5th or 6th biggest army in the world at that point, in a matter of weeks. And they had a home turf advantage. The problem came afterwards. It wasn't the military, it wasn't the United States military going head to head with Iraq that was the issue. We crushed them. It was the occupation of a hostile area, the insurgency that plagued the United States for years, for decades.
Having all our fucking soldiers out there.
Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of lives. Tens of thousands of lives in Afghanistan and Iraq, as far as like Afghanis and Iraqis. So yeah, Trump has no conception of that. He claimed he used to, but does no longer. While we're on the topic of Megyn Kelly, she also had a conversation with Glenn Greenwald, who is like this right-leaning libertarian who's also now publicly criticizing Trump and MAGA over their 180 on regime change wars.
He also says openly that we need to nurse Venezuela back to health before there can be an election. So we are there to get the oil. I don't know what the U.S. oil companies are saying about this. We searched but didn't find anything explicitly. And now instead of, focusing all of our efforts on nursing the United States economy back to health, we're going to be nursing Venezuela back to a place where we can trust its elections. We don't know when they're happening.
Sounds like a total shit show. And again, none of this is particularly surprising because Trump was always a hypocrite. Trump was never particularly principled. So this was never outside the realm of possibility. But people like Glenn Greenwald, people like Dave Smith, people like Megyn Kelly, people like Tucker Carlson, regurgitated that shit. And it's really embarrassing. It truly is. Now that they're getting fact-checked in real time, it's definitely, I appreciate it. I appreciate any sort of internal fighting and call out among the MAGA base, because to the extent that this will weaken MAGA at all, and I don't think it will substantially, it's only going to come from when the call is coming inside the House, right? MAGA doesn't give a damn what liberals or progressives have to say. They hate us. They might listen when people like, again, Megyn Kelly, Dick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, like the major influencers. And right now it's Megyn and Tucker who are leading the charge within the MAGA coalition as far as influencers are concerned, calling this shit out. And again, as a cherry on top, also spilling the tea about their former bosses at Fox News. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.
All right. What you have to say about that?
What I have to say is, like I said before, it's a cult. They go along with whatever he say. And I guess kudos to Tucker and Megan for calling out the truth for a
Right.
change, you know,
For coming to the light.
for coming to the light, you know,
Right.
and really telling the American public what's really going on. And I don't think that they're going to change the minds of anybody.
Right.
I just don't. I just feel like, you know, the only way that people's minds are going to be changed is when it hit home. Okay. So when it hit home, because it's going to hit home, it's going to hit home, MAGA. Trust me when I tell you that. And so once it hit home, then that's when they'll start changing. Just like the Epstein files. You know, he campaigned on that and did everything he could to try to keep the files from coming out, even kept 1 million files away. They mysteriously found, you know, with the
Right.
files,
Right.
you know, missed the deadline of when he's supposed to produce the
The
files. So
best investigative organization.
right, right. And so, like I said, when it hit home, that's when minds will be changed. And some people are
Yeah.
changing. Some people are seeing the light, because let's just keep it real. Everybody that voted for him don't uphold everything that he does, like no one does. Even when we vote for our president, you know, we vote for the things that's best for us. And some things they do we like, and some things they do we don't like. Nobody is gonna go in there and do 100% of what you like, right?
Right.
But right is right and wrong is wrong. And when somebody is wrong, they're just wrong, and you got to call out the wrongness. You do. You just have to call it out. And so, you know, now we're under the guise of living. You know, what's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right now, and what's
Right.
left is right,
It's
and
the
what's right is
Twilight
left.
Zone.
Yeah, we're like in a twilight zone, and in the ecosystems that we have to deal with. You know, they're, you know, Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson just told you, hey, it's an assignment. We had to do what they told us to, we said what they wanted us to say.
What
We
we
had
was
to
told
go
to
along
say.
to get
Right.
along.
Absolutely.
And really, that's what the national media is now. So now, you know, you have people on social media having to try to, you know, put the truth out there.
Well, let's listen to Jessica Tarlov. I guess that's her name. From Fox.
From
I'm
Fox
pretty
News, yeah.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we have MAGA people in here, they know who this is. So we're gonna
I'm
listen
sure
to her.
they don't like her.
I'm sure they don't, but she's gonna debunk everything that they say in defense of ICE in regards to the Renee Good situation. So let's look at this real quick.
Mhm.
Jesse, you just said this woman is in severe crisis. She was boxed in. If you watch the whole
No,
video,
she was boxed in.
that's what she was boxed
No,
in.
I said the team was boxed in.
Okay, the team was boxed in by once she moved over, she pulled to the side, and then she actually waves another ICE officer past her, right? So she's in such severe crisis that she can be polite in traffic and say, you go ahead. And then you hear her actually audibly saying, I'm pulling out, right? She signals exactly what she's doing. She starts to move forward, and everyone should go and watch. The New York Times has about 3.5 minutes of footage coming from every angle. And this is what they brought up to President Trump when they were meeting with him last night, when he said, you know, the officer, the brave officer, and after he tweeted, it's hard to believe that the officer is alive when he walked away completely unscathed. We can see that on video as well. But the footage contradicts the administration on almost every level of what they've said. Renee Good waving the vehicle by. The officer was to the side of the car when he drew the gun. He leaned over the hood for the first shot. You can see that on the angle too. That he fired 2 more shots at arm's length on a 90-degree angle. And it almost doesn't matter, actually, what she was doing, because she didn't have another weapon. According to DOJ policy, which they should be in compliance with, it says deadly force may not be used solely to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect. Firearms must be discharged at a moving vehicle unless a person is threatening deadly force by other means than the vehicle, and no other means of defense exist, including moving out of the path. He could clearly move out of the path because he did, and that's why he was unscathed in this. I don't know why it wasn't good enough for Secretary Noem or the president or the vice president to say, this is a tragedy, we need to investigate this. And not only do we need to investigate it, we need the FBI to work with local officials on the ground in Minnesota, which apparently they do not want to do. And Governor Walz was talking about that as well. That would have been the responsible thing to do here. And talking as if there is no potential that this officer is at fault with what happened, feels like you're getting a little bit ahead of your skis, especially when there is so much footage that contradicts the story that the administration is giving.
Hello. So, did she not just kind of break it down? It clearly, the woman was so polite, so nice, so courteous as to try to allow everyone to go around her before she decided to go off or, drive off. And then as she was trying to allow people to go around, they get out their car and try to tell her to get out. And she's like, nah, and I ain't doing that because I don't trust you. So
But
she
Agent,
backed
but
up.
but Agent Orange said he was in the hospital.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. She backs up, turns her wheel
The opposite way.
in no direction towards the guy that was in front of her, which he could have at that time when he saw her back up and saw her turn her wheel, knowing that she's about to drive off. Not even she's not driving off in his direction, but she is about to drive off. He could have just backed up.
Right. And then the part that get me is, the president of the United States gets on TV and say he hope the guy is okay because he's in the hospital right now. And the guy just walks away. You see him walk away, clearly walk away. Nothing wrong with him. She didn't even escape his his pants. He's
so unscathed that he has the ability to talk about fucking bitch.
Right.
And so calmly. Like, it wasn't like he was, hurt or anything. He was like annoyed. He was annoyed at the fact that he just had to discharge his gun 3 times.
Right.
It wasn't because he was distressed. So, I mean, y'all do with that information what y'all want, but it ain't looking really good.
Right. Don't look good at all. But, hey, if they say it's right, it's right. If they say it's right, it's right. That's what Christie said.
Let's look at a former.
Christie said his life was in danger. Everybody say J.D. Vance said his life was in danger. And Agent Orange said he was in a hospital and he hoped that he's okay. So, it's okay. It's right.
Let's watch what a former FBI agent has to say in response to what ICE did and what J.D. Vance's response to ICE was, because maybe he can give us a little knowledge.
And Smokey I didn't even like MAGA. Now he trying to be MAGA.
That's Michael Feinberg, former special agent in charge with the FBI and an MS Now national security and intelligence analyst. This is very different from the videos we've seen before. What do you see from an investigative standpoint?
Frankly, law enforcement officers overreacting to what admittedly might be some sarcastic and lightly combative civilians, but I don't see a situation that would require the application of deadly force. The reason law enforcement officers are supposed to be vetted before they join and the reason they go through extensive training is that 2 of the qualities you need to exhibit the most are emotional maturity and an ability to keep your cool. And getting heckled, getting videotaped, anything related to those 2 activities, that's part of the job. Somebody filming you on a cell phone and giving you sass is not a threat to your life. It's not even a threat to your safety. It's a minor annoyance at best. And I'm also really curious, why on earth is a law enforcement officer filming an interaction with a civilian on his cell phone? They're not influencers. They're not social media posters. If you're there to do a job as an agent of the federal government, do the job. You don't need to be making content in the midst of it.
Presuming they believe that this may support their argument that there was a reasonable belief, a justifiable belief on the part of the ICE officer that he was in danger. Do you see that?
No, I don't. And look, J.D. Vance was admittedly in the military, but he was in civil affairs. I don't know that he has any familiarity whatsoever with law enforcement procedures. And as far as I know, prior to becoming president, Donald Trump actively avoided all forms of public service whatsoever. So I'm quite sure he doesn't understand what goes into a law enforcement tactical decision. These are people who, not just reasons for propriety, but also for reasons of ignorance, really should not be commenting on any of this until there is a thorough, objective investigation.
Wonder if, Michael, you see anything in this that people who are trying to figure it out, it might give them more insight. And again, we don't know who it came from, but somebody calling her an effing B.
Well, we know from other videos that was an ICE officer who did that. Look, this is the height of unprofessionalism. And if the officer who fired the shots was really in fear for his life, he has a lot of equipment to protect himself. But you generally want your hands free to be able to access that equipment. I spent a long time in law enforcement. There is never a situation where if I thought I was in danger, I would preoccupy one of my usable hands by taking a video of the person to whom I was talking. You want your hands free to respond to the situation. This is like, I'm sorry, but that excuse is asinine.
All right, so I went ahead and played his entire clip without interference, because I think he made a lot of very valid points. One that he ended with is the fact that why would you preoccupy your hand with a phone if you feel like there is a situation where you're about to be in imminent danger?
All right. Why are you filming it?
Why are you filming it?
And you're supposed to be working.
Not only are you preoccupying one of your hands, but you're also preoccupying your capacity, your mental capacity to be able to respond appropriately if the situation escalates to a point where you have to respond immediately. So this is the exact thing that I think most people are looking at now, especially with the release of this new footage that is coming straight from the person who is the alleged person who shot the fired the fatal shots. This is what you were doing. And the woman, prior to you firing these shots, says she's not mad at you. She was very amicable. And then you ended up ending her life. So I think it was very important to include context with this person.
Right.
What are the commenters saying out there? I know
they saying everything.
They saying everything.
Any and everything stupid. They saying it. Typical liberal propaganda. It's all propaganda. Even though we're showing you clips and facts, and it's not like we're making any of this up. We're showing people from Congress. These are not our words. These are people that's directly involved in the investigation or non-investigation. Because if it was so, in my mind, if it was so righteous and everything was done with such precision and all rules and laws was followed, why did the feds come over and take over the investigation and won't let the local Minneapolis police have access to the evidence?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But if everything was done on such a great, on such a moral and everybody followed all the laws, and this guy
dotted all the I's and
dotted the
crossed
I's,
all the T's.
But they holding back the investigation materials. They're holding back the evidence. They're holding back
because
the paperwork.
It's going to end up being a spent narrative that they create.
Shit, they created the narrative within 10 minutes.
Right.
Like you said, the lady blood wasn't even dried in the street yet before they came up with a narrative.
And they're going to have full control over the narrative. So that's why they're not going to allow Minnesota any access to the files, because then they won't be able to actually come out with the truth.
Well, thank God it was other people there filming from all different angles, and the Minneapolis police can actually do their investigation from some of the camera footage that caught it on film, and they still can go out there and they can check the vehicle out. They can do it's several things that Keith Ellison, aka the Attorney General from Minneapolis, is going to do, and let's hold homeboy accountable.
If the woman was such an unlawful, if she was in the unlawful act and defying all these, orders and laws, and she's a terrorist,
And
then there should be
request.
no reason. Then all the evidence should show that. And there should be no reason to hold any of the evidence back from a state official, a city official, any official who's looking to investigate this. And for this case, they should all have access to the files, because everything that you're doing should be on the up and up. There shouldn't be anything that would come out with anybody else looking, or and these aren't regular civilians. These are law enforcement agencies that are looking into these files. So why hide them? But
And
you want to know what?
and you know what I want to know? Like in the comments for MAGA, why do they just spew insults instead of giving us facts?
Oh,
They,
well, I mean,
they want
they're
us
gonna do
to.
their job though. Now,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end of the
They
day,
never
they
give
got
you
a
any
job to
facts.
do.
It's always
They got
input.
a job to do, so they gonna stay on their job. And you
Okay.
want to know what? This is the best that they can do.
They on assignment. They on assignment.
They know the assignment, and they on assignment. But
Oh,
if y'all
okay.
can do us a huge favor and y'all can press that like button, and if y'all haven't done so already, make sure y'all subscribe to Off the Record. Make sure y'all subscribe to I Said What I Said.
Okay.
And okay, we want some
And we
likes.
got a new member too on OTR. When you
And we
finish.
got a new member on OTR. What's good, new member?
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Can we bring them up on the screen? Let me see.
I don't see if you can bring them up on the screen, because I don't see them anymore. But shout out to the new member.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Sid
Side Life.
Life.
Welcome in, Side Life.
Yep, 365. Whoop, whoop. All right, but yes, now, guys, we are about to get into some stuff that a lot of you guys have seen, I'm pretty sure. Donnie McClurkin, and we're gonna it's gonna probably evolve into a conversation about the church and the Black community. It's gonna evolve into that type of conversation. So if y'all are interested, y'all stay with us. But the next clip that we're gonna watch is gonna come from another content creator. I forgot her name, but we're gonna see her name when we watch the video.
It'll pop up. Yeah,
it'll pop up. But we're gonna go ahead and watch. She's gonna go through the court case, and we're gonna end up having to pause and read some of this stuff because she ain't gonna want to read it out loud because it's just that salacious, y'all. So I hope y'all ready for this part of the live, and let's get into it, I guess. Yeah, I see it. This video.
What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn back with another
Layla
video,
Lynn.
and this is crazy. If this is the first video of mine you're watching in the new year, welcome to the new year. It's a new year, but the same old stuff. If you haven't heard, which I'm sure you have, Donnie McClurkin is being accused of SA and a lot of other things by a man by the name of Giuseppe Corletto, who used to work with him. He worked with Donnie McClurkin for several years, and the entirety of this relationship actually was roughly 12 years starting in 2003. And you can see here we have a copy of the complaint, and the nature of the action, when you get into the details, it's bad. It's bad. I can't even read this thing out loud, like not all of it, because it's too descriptive, it's too graphic. And if things like this type of discussion, triggers you, I would advise.
Okay, we can't hear anything any longer.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I had myself on mute, y'all. My bad. No, but I was
Okay, so
saying,
roll it back so we can hear, but when you start the documents, because that's when it stopped playing.
yeah, I just stopped it so I can read what it says right here, because she doesn't want to read a lot of this stuff, y'all, because it is very salacious. But it says the complaint is based on the sexual assaults and rape that plaintiff suffered at the hands of defendant Donald A. McClurkin Jr. throughout the United States, including in the state of New York. So we're going to talk about it. And the plaintiff name is Giuseppe Carletto. So we're going to get into it. But a lot of times I'm going to end up pausing just so we can read, because she's not going to want to read what it says for whatever reason. She don't want to, read it out loud. But we're going to read it out loud.
You not to even get into this, because some of the things you're going to see on the screen are just a lot.
And that's the channel name.
In 2003, on or about August 3rd, Carletto was 21, and he first met Donnie McClurkin at Donnie's church in Long Island, New York, after reading Donnie's book entitled Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor, which centered on being delivered, not like it means no more. And Donnie McClurkin at this time was going on this press tour, released this book. I believe there was an album too. And it all centered around him being delivered from being LGBT. And so that's why this young man came to him. So it says at the time, Donnie McClurkin's church, Perfecting Faith Church, was holding outdoor services referred to as Church Without Walls, where individuals would share testimonies regarding their own deliverance from different things. And because the plaintiff, Mr. Carletto, was struggling with the acceptance of his sexual preference in light of his religious beliefs, he sought out Donnie McClurkin for guidance. And so personally, I can see a 21-year-old
well, damn, I ain't mean to do that,
who confessed to the plaintiff that he took one for guidance, not knowing the trouble that they're walking into. They're quote unquote struggling with something, and then they're going to someone else who says they're delivered, but really they're quote unquote struggling with the same thing. At 21, I could see where the person wouldn't see that they're walking into the lion's den. They wouldn't see that because they're too young to see that. They say shortly after, one of Donnie McClurkin's ministers, who confessed to the plaintiff that he too was struggling with his sexuality, began persistently contacting the plaintiff, showing up to his home unannounced, and even making advances toward the plaintiff. And because of this harassment, the plaintiff, who had at this point only attended Donnie McClurkin's church for about 3 weeks, started missing church services and thought about leaving the church altogether. And that probably would have been the best thing for him to do, because I feel like this is when he started seeing like behind the curtain. The reason I tell y'all don't put people who are in positions of power on a pedestal, when you see behind the curtain, it's a mess. When this started happening, the plaintiff received a call directly from Donnie McClurkin, where Donnie McClurkin reassured him that the harassing minister was being dealt with, and that this was a test from God, and that the plaintiff had passed the test. So you see the mental manipulation starting right there. It started very early, but with this person, this young man being so young, he couldn't see it. And so they developed a mentor-mentee relationship, and eventually Donnie McClurkin offered Giuseppe Carletto the position of executive personal assistant, and the plaintiff accepted. And so now he is fully in a position of power. Donnie McClurkin is fully in a position of power because not only is he his mentor, now he has become his employer. Normally in these lawsuits, when I say the plaintiff and then the defendant will normally be the individual and the companies they own, like whatever company he was officially employed by. Normally it would be listed there. So I found it interesting that it was not listed there. If any one of you watching is an attorney, can you tell me the legal strategy? Why are his companies not listed when all of this has to do with working for Donnie McClurkin?
Right.
In any case, he says during his time as Donnie McClurkin,
that is pretty weird that he's suing only Donnie McClurkin in his personal capacity and not the business that employed him.
Right. So that's suspect.
McClurkin's personal assistant, they engaged in Pray the Gale Way spiritual sessions, during which Donnie McClurkin and y'all can read the rest. Let me make it nice and big because some of this y'all just gonna have.
All right, it say during plaintiff time as defendant, McClurkin, personal assistant, they engaged in pray the gay away spiritual sessions during this, which the defendant groped plaintiff's genitals, all without his consent. Plaintiff struggled to process these incidents of sexual abuse as the defendant was both his mentor and his employer, making it difficult for him to speak out about the abuse that he suffered. During this time, defendant McClurkin would set up scenarios with plaintiff and other men, much like the aforementioned minister, framing them as tests from God to see how plaintiff would react. One such test came when plaintiff and defendant were staying in the Atlantis something. Okay, so we read
To
that.
read for yourself. They say plaintiff struggled to process these incidents of SA as defendant was both his mentor
I
and
thought
his
she wasn't
employer,
gonna
making
read
it
it.
difficult for him
Man.
to speak out about the harm that he suffered. They go on to say that during this time, McClurkin would set up scenarios with the plaintiff and other men, just like with the aforementioned minister, framing them as tests from God to see how the plaintiff would react. Sending other men to see what he would do with other men. I don't know if it was a test to see if maybe he just wasn't attracted to Donnie McClurkin or something else. But in any case, Donnie McClurkin does admit that he is aware that the defendant is not attracted to him. He sends an email, and I can't believe some of the stuff he says in writing, but he later admits that he knows this young man is not attracted to him and that he feels like a dirty old man, and he graphically admits to what he allegedly did to this young man if the email is authentic. They go on to say one such test came when plaintiff and defendant were staying at the Atlantis Resort in Nassau, Bahamas, where defendant invited a male model to the plaintiff's hotel room in an attempt to coerce the plaintiff into doing intimate type activity. Now, the rest of this lawsuit, I want to be clear, like I said, it goes on for about 12 years where the relationship continues. He continues in his employment. So I want to address that. I feel like a lot of times socially, we feel like if someone continues contact with someone, basically that's consent.
What you think before we hear what she about to say about it? What you think? The fact that he stayed there.
Well, it could be Stockholm syndrome also, and I'm conflicted because number one, the guy was 21, but a lot of times with a man, 21 is not 21 in the mindset, because sometimes your age supersedes your maturity level, right? And so and put the spirituality realm in there. Some people really trying to find God. They're trying to seek God, and they're really trying to tap
And he
in.
knows his situation. It
Yes.
ain't like he don't know that he's
the guy trying to
struggling with his sexual.
Right. And the guy struggling, the guy trying to tap in, tune in, and really trying to get his soul right. So McClurkin takes advantage of this situation because, in my opinion, this wasn't therapy. I guess this is what you would call grooming therapy.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like to me. So I feel like he wholeheartedly took advantage of this guy, but I don't know. I also feel like this guy may possibly, allegedly, could have been getting paid also. Okay, because money,
of course, there was
money,
a monetary benefit for him, right? He was
money
probably
may be a
dependent
factor.
on the money. He probably had his own apartment and all the other stuff. And just imagine having to go and find another job and all other stuff. And this man probably paying you a little bit more than what the average job would pay you.
Right.
So yeah.
So you combine those things in, and I can see why he would stay there for 12 years. But I'm a heterosexual person, so I can't really speak too much on the plight of this man's feelings and what he was seeking and how he possibly could feel at 21, because apparently he was having these feelings, but he didn't want to have the feelings. You know, he was trying to. It was like he was having a struggle within himself, and McClurkin, help him, in my opinion, help him choose a side. What you think?
I mean, I don't even know what side did he ultimately decide to go with. Is he still messing around with men, or did he is he delivered?
Well, for 12 years, McClurkin picked a side for him, made him making an executive decision. That's what I'm saying during this time frame. I don't know what's going on with him today, but McClurkin helped him make an executive decision of which side he was going to, go for.
For sure.
So with McClurkin being in the ministry like he is, that was so wrong of him to do that, because whether the guy was struggling with his sexuality, or whether he was just struggling, with trying to be straight, no matter what the struggle was, it's not Donnie's job to take advantage of him. So I no matter what the situation is, no matter which way, what problems this guy was having, this guy was looking up to him, because that's what we do. We look up to.
You want to know what?
We look up to them, not for them to take advantage of us.
You know what this remind me of, though?
What?
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can put it on here. This right here, this is MAGA. They the ones getting used and abused by this over here, which is Trump.
Right.
This is exactly what we seeing. I mean, yes, this is on the religious.
The powerful taking advantage of the less powerless. The powerful taking advantage of the powerless.
There you go. Yep. Let me erase this. All right.
So I blame Donnie McClurkin in the whole situation, no matter what.
My bad.
What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn back with another video. McClurkin does admit that he is aware that the defendant is not attracted to him. He sends an email. Now, the rest of this lawsuit, I want to be clear. Like I said, it goes on for about 12 years where the relationship is a strategy. Like, this person is his employer. He's a gatekeeper to his social circle. And so there is a big power dynamic here. And someone might stay in constant contact with someone that has harmed them as a survival strategy. Like, they need money, they need a social circle, or they may feel they need a social circle. But in any case, it's a survival strategy. And y'all can take a look. Like I said, this does get really graphic and just go into detail, but I want you guys to read number 30.
All right, it says defendant McClurkin also engaged in numerous other incidents of groping and forcible touching while plaintiff was working with him at his church. Defendant would secretly grope plaintiff before going to preach, inducing plaintiff to cry, and then using plaintiff's tears to encourage other congregants to openly express emotion. Wow.
That's sick. If this is true, shame on you, Donnie McClurkin.
So Donnie McClurkin would allegedly assault the man would cry, and then Donnie McClurkin would allegedly use the man's tears, him sitting in church crying, to encourage other congregants to openly express emotion. Now, if that is not manipulation, I don't know what is. And so in 2008, this is 5 years later. Now, mind you, if I'm in the mindset of this plaintiff, he probably feels like no one's going to believe him. Like, if he tells his story to someone outside of the circle that he's in, like outside of his employment, outside of his social circle, they're not going to believe him because it's Donnie McClurkin. But in any case, 5 years later, he does get a different job. So in 2008, plaintiff ultimately secured employment with a Christian broadcasting network in New York and successfully resigned from his position with defendant McClurkin. However, because defendant was a gospel artist, plaintiff continued to encounter him through his new employment. In April 2012, Plaintiff began working for an airline.
So
So
he
he's
sort of
totally out of the gospel music industry.
so now he working for the airline, and he still is encountering Donnie McClurkin.
He's in a totally different industry at this time. And he says, during training in Orlando, defendant discovered plaintiff's hotel location through one of plaintiff's friends and appeared uninvited at the plaintiff's hotel room.
So they running in the same circles. So I guess one of the friends ended up telling Donnie where this man was gonna be at, and he ended up showing up to this man's hotel room. Because you know the people, when they working for the airlines, and you like, I guess he was a flight attendant. I don't know what he was doing, but they be having to stay in rooms. So he shows up at the room.
Why?
Again, this
Well, let's see.
is because they're all in the same social circle. And he says that Donnie McClurkin begged him to allow him in, stating that they needed to talk. And the plaintiff, not wanting to make a scene given defendant's celebrity status and public recognition, reluctantly agreed to let Donnie McClurkin inside his room. Now, this again gets graphic, so y'all can pause it, read it on the screen. I'm not going to go through all of the graphic details. What I do want to get into is this alleged email where Donnie McClurkin.
You want me to go back so we can see?
Yeah, go back so I can see why.
Okay, hold on. Dang,
appears to apologize to his room. Now, this again gets graphic, so y'all can pause it, read it on the screen.
Oh, I always do that.
Detail, but I want you guys to read number 30.
He
express men outside of his social circle, they're not going to do employment. Discovers, and the plaintiff, not wanting to make a scene given defendant's celebrity status and public recognition, reluctantly agreed to let Donnie McClurkin inside his room. Now, this again gets graphic, so y'all can pause it, read it on the screen.
All right, so it says, begged plaintiff to have sex with him one last time, but plaintiff refused. Later, while plaintiff slept, he awoke to defendant McClurkin masturbating himself while also touching and groping plaintiff's body. Therein, plaintiff resisted. Defendant McClurkin advances, but defendant forced himself on top of plaintiff and began performing oral sex on him, ignoring plaintiff's repeated verbal refusals. Therein, plaintiff cried as defendant McClurkin proceeded to, y'all see it. And in the following months, defendant McClurkin pressured plaintiff to live with him in California.
Why he didn't call the police at that time, though?
I know, right?
Because to me, that's an assault. So if you're constantly resisting someone and you're constantly telling them no, you fall asleep, you wake up and you're being violated. Well, not being violated, but he's doing these things in front of you, and then he proceeds to violate you. Why not call 911?
Yeah, especially
so that's
if you're
where
a
I got
man,
the problem.
But why wouldn't you forcibly remove yourself from the situation? It ain't like you are young. I mean, an old, decrepit. You are young enough, probably over half this man's age. You know what I'm saying? Under half this man's age.
Right.
You are probably definitely capable enough to get yourself out of that situation.
Well, Kevin say you sound like a bitter ex trying to get revenge after the money ran out.
Yeah, I mean, depending on who this guy is, it's gonna be hard to convince a jury that Donnie McClurkin raped you.
Right. Sound like you were a willing participant to me because you didn't call the cops on Donnie.
Now he might like that force. Well, I don't know. Look. I can't speak to what they, So let's just keep watching.
Screen. I'm not going to go through all of the graphic details. What I do want to get into is this alleged email where Donnie McClurkin appears to apologize to Giuseppe for his behavior, which is more than just bad behavior. He admits to crimes in this email, if this email is authentic. It says, my apology. The first thing I want to do is apologize again to you. I know I apologize for my wrong attitude from Wednesday, but I want to apologize for all of my behavior that has been wrong and put you in a wrong place. I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man.
Oh.
Haunting and harming a young man who is just looking for friendship and close platonic relationship with someone he wants to look to for help, guidance, and spirituality. I was trying to go to a realm of sexuality that wasn't right and wasn't for you or me for that matter. I feel so foul, so stupid.
Wow.
He said, I'm old enough to be your father and want to be something else to you. Now, mind you, at this time, it seems like Donnie McClurkin would be in his 40s. And again, the guy's 21. So he's twice the guy's age. He says, you don't have that desire for me and I shouldn't have it for you. Y'all can read this. And he said, and when I think about it, you never really touched me like that at all. Just wanted to sleep together and hug occasionally. I am really embarrassed at how I am and how I acted. So I feel like for those people who may look at this whole court case and say, oh, this guy was just in a relationship. You know, he's saying now that it was unwanted SA and things like that, but really it sounds like a relationship. This is allegedly Donnie McClurkin saying that it was not a relationship, and he realizes that the young man was not even attracted to him. He says, I realized you never really touched me.
You never really touched me like that at all. But that's not really, I mean, my thing is, that's not a smoking gun. You know what I mean?
You don't feel like it's an admission?
I feel like it's
admission
saying,
of guilt.
I feel like it's more like, after I think about it, when I think about it, you didn't really touch me like that. It's not like in the moment he was, you know what I'm saying? It's more like
it's more like he's trying to shoot his shot, and he thought maybe in his mind he thought that the guy was warming up to him or possibly enjoying what he was doing to him, but now that he reflect and think things over and saw
maybe that wasn't the case. Right.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the case. Yeah. Because at this point it seemed like Donnie is confused of why you didn't say something.
Right.
Because in any type of relationship, sometimes your partner will probe you, but you're not ready. Sometimes they're ready and you're not ready. So you may shoo them off and say, "Well, go on, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered," or not right now, right? So he could have possibly, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for Donnie. I'm really not, because I think it's despicable, disgusting, and all of that. Of what happened,
but it's a whole bunch of despicable, disgusting motherfuckers out here that's willing to go along with that shit. So you can't
for the money.
Exactly. So you can't just say just because you think that it's despicable and disgusting that automatically makes that man, because he is saying it now, a victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he kept going back, like Jay Blake is saying. Why did he keep coming back?
Right. Exactly.
And why did he, even at 21, even if your eyes were closed, shit, by 25 to 27, your mindset changed. You're supposed to grow up a little bit, but you stayed there past that time frame. So like somebody said earlier, it sounded like was it Kevin? It was a relationship that turned bad.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, the money must have stopped flowing. Yeah, it was Kevin right here.
But I think that we've gotten to a place where men are willing to compromise whatever masculine values that they have to advance their career and to advance their standing, the social standing, the economic standing. People are willing to, compromise their values just to get ahead. Their morals and their values just to get ahead. And this is a prime example. Somebody doing something that they may not have been really. And if he was in fact gay, Donnie McClurkin may not have been the person that he envisioned himself doing the stuff that he was doing with. You know what I'm saying? He still would probably have to, in some type of way.
Well, that's why I go back to either get out the situation, or if you feel violated, why didn't you report it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
And
saying.
still
Even
not
if,
reporting it. Now you
even,
just
that's
now
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
filing a
Even
lawsuit.
if he was gay, my thing is, if Donnie McClurkin ain't your, cup of tea, it still feels like he's doing it because it's a meal ticket. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to go ahead and what do you call it? Kind of not worry about what my values and my standards are and the kind of guy that I want to talk to. And I'm lowering that shit just so I can get ahead with you.
He lowered his standards.
Right.
Yeah. He lowered his standards just to get paid and or to get what he wanted. I don't really know, but why aren't you I want to know why you still not filing charges?
Yeah.
Why file a lawsuit to try to get paid? Same thing with Christian Keys. Why file lawsuits? If you felt so violated and you felt like, these guys really took advantage of you, then why not go file a police report instead of a lawsuit?
Exactly. I totally agree. Because the money is what is the motivation. And that was the motivation for the relationship initially. Let's look at Ricky Smiley talk about, his response to this Donnie McClurkin. I don't know why I keep saying my Donnie McClurkin. I even added the L right here. I thought it was an
Right.
L.
No, it's Donnie McClurkin.
All right, well, whatever.
Ken, Ken.
Whatever, y'all know what it is. He really a non-factor in most of our lives, but
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, these Donnie boys is really making headlines these
Donnies
days.
are doing
They doing too much.
Doing too much, definitely. All right, let's see. Hold on.
In my
Oh Lord. Don't tell.
in my one.
Come on now.
Well, just focus and take your time. We good.
All right, let's see.
But yeah, while we wait on Minion to get the clip up, my question is, if it was such a horrific act, if you felt so violated, and even if you want to file a civil lawsuit, you still should go and report it to the police. Same objection I had about Cassie. Cassie filed a civil lawsuit, but she didn't file a criminal lawsuit. She didn't file anything criminally. So in my mind, when you guys don't go to the police, and maybe the statute of limitations ran out, I don't know. But I do know this much: you guys didn't file any type of charges on these people while it was going on. So you got it together now?
Yep.
And I won't say anything.
Yeah, I just hope that
I'm so tired of all
that's
this.
not true. But the thing about it is, it seems like, and it's just me, because there are really victims out here that's getting done. I'm not discrediting the young man, but it seems like, just like it was another story in the news this morning. I can't think who the other person was. Every time you mentor somebody or whatever,
it was about Will Smith earlier.
And then when something goes left, or you don't, that opportunity, or the company go in a different direction,
right?
It's always some kind of lawsuit. Well,
somebody's disgruntled.
Somebody, absolutely, and that happens a lot. And it's a fine line to report something like that. And because Donnie McClurkin, is a friend, and he talked about everything that he struggled with, and I just hope that I'm curious to see how that pans out and what happens in court, because you don't want to discredit nobody that's really being sexually assaulted and victimized. But at the same time, us as public figures get accused of stuff that we didn't do. And I know I surely have, or whatever. I'm talking about accused of something that you did not do. Right. And it's damaging. And by the time you go to court and get found
your
not
name is
guilty,
already dirt.
Your name is
People already accused you of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when stories like that come about, it has an effect on a certain kind of way, because we always looking at folks. Everybody always is getting sued with stuff. So I don't know. I just hate all of it, and I don't know. Maybe nobody should hire nobody.
All right, so that was pretty much Ricky Smiley's response. Now, I do feel like Ricky Smiley probably has enjoyed the company of a male employee once or twice.
You're so silly. I wasn't expecting you to go there. Maybe he's enjoyed the company of a male employee.
I wouldn't say that he hasn't, But what
Allegedly.
I will, and let me go ahead and bring up my,
Allegedly.
But I will say this, that if he has done so, it has probably been because the person who was the other willing participant was also looking for a way to advance whatever their agenda was, to maybe their career, their social standing, whatever the case may be. And when it comes to these type of situations, my empathy becomes a little bit less, because at the end of the day, because I feel like you're getting an advantage that a lot of people would
fraternizing,
right, that a lot of people would like to have but aren't willing to do the things that you're willing to do to get. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you an unfair advantage, because if everybody was the same and they all stood on standards and integrity and morals and things like that, we wouldn't even have this type of situation.
Well, can I ask a question?
What's up?
You're a man, and I'm not saying that this happened to all men, just some men. And I'm not saying that it don't happen to some women, because the shoe have been, on the other foot, right, in this type of situation. However, the majority of it is men, right? Why do men act so stupidly when it comes to this type of situation? Especially, where their livelihood is, when their job could be at jeopardy, or their reputation could be at jeopardy. Because even if you have whoever you sleep with, I don't care one way or the other. I don't care which way your boat float. Okay, that's just who I am. It's none of my business. But whichever way your boat float, why do these people continue to get their honey where they make their money? Why not keep the job and your personal life separate? Separate. If you want to go this route, go find you somebody on the outside that can't hurt your reputation, that can't really take anything from your pockets from this standpoint. You know what I mean? And can't really bring you down in the public. Because if you have a separate relationship in private, and you and your partner break up, that's just between you and your partner. Your business entity don't have anything to do with it, and your business can't help incriminate you because you haven't done anything on the job. So that's the question that I ask. Why do so many men get caught in this trap?
I feel like the reason why so many men get caught up in the trap as being the abusers is because they allow the job that they can offer the person to be a way of holding power over that person. Basically, they're controlling their livelihood. If I'm paying all your bills, yes, you are employed to me under my company name, not directly under me, but essentially this is me paying for your life. And so, there's probably some sense of arousal that comes with being able to tell somebody what to do. And also, not just on a business level, but on a personal level, you kind of control this person. You control everything this person does. You can control their finances. You can threaten them, say, hey, look, I can go ahead and unemploy you. How are you going to pay your rent this month? You know what I'm saying? So
no, not really. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know what you're saying, because that's crazy and ludicrous to me. Why the hell would you want to have somebody in a relationship with you under duress?
These people, I mean, I think they get off to it. I think they like having that type of power over somebody. You know what I'm saying? And think that that's gonna supersede any chance of this person being able to come out and speak against them. Because why would they put their own livelihood at risk?
Right. It's crazy. Okay, I just had that question as a woman because you guys are always saying that women are bossy, and yeah, we are bossy, but not to this extent. We may want to try to tell you where when to get up, when to text us, what to eat, and all, and how to dress, and all this and that and the other. But if in most situations, if men act like that they're not interested in us, then that make us kind of shoo away from them. We don't try to get more power and try to make the man do
But
what
who
we
said
want
that
to.
the man ever gave the impression that he wasn't interested? He may not have been groping and fondling him in the way that Donnie McClurkin was doing him, but who's to say that he ever just gave a explicit I am not interested, stop making these advances, they will never work, I don't want you like that.
Right. And it could have been a game, because sometimes in some type of relationships, I want to say in some type of way, the BS, what is it called? BSM, DM, or whatever. Maybe they had that power dynamic going on, and homeboy wanted to set Donnie up and now he want to use it against him. I don't know. These are just conspiracies coming from my mind of
Everything
why.
Right now, guys, because we don't really have any facts.
Allegedly.
Everything's allegedly, and just thoughts that's coming up to my mind of why now. That's my question. Why now? What happened?
Okay, well, let's watch what T.I. So, I guess we'll be looking out for updates with the Donnie McClurkin conspiracy or lawsuit, whatever you guys want to call it, against him. But let's look at what T.I. is saying in regards to his experience at Jamal Bryant's church, which we know Jamal Bryant and his his wife, was involved in a whole bunch of drama with that dress that she had on. So let's look at that.
I was at New Birth.
Oh, Lord.
I was in New Birth. What's up, Pastor Jamal? Do you know they stopped everything to raise money again, passing the plates by, just because they saw that, how in the strip club, they hit the red light, let the people in the room know that the money's in the house.
T.I. did this interview 2 weeks ago before the issue came out about the dress. If y'all don't see how God is lining up things for y'all to catch it, and I understand that people love their pastors for whatever the reason is. It does not matter if your pastor is not doing the will of God. That's all I'm saying. But I'm going to let y'all finish listening to this interview because I think I played it before, but I don't think I played this particular part. Now, before we listen to the rest of what T.I. has to say, I want you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button because you're not the only one who wants to see this video. Now, let's go.
You asking me is the only reason I'm saying church is a business, because it is a business indeed.
No, I'm asking you for clarification. Is that why you're saying that? I'm not saying
Because
yes
they
or no.
collect money?
Yeah.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not because they collect money. It's because it has become, so much of a high priority. You see what I'm saying? It has gone even. It supersedes the word at times. I've said this. I've said this publicly. Okay, let me tell you a story. So I was at New Birth.
Oh, Lord.
I was in New Birth. What's up, Pastor Jamal?
New Birth.
So I was at New Birth.
New
Kanye
Birth.
was there.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Kanye was there with Sunday service.
Yeah.
And when I went, I see a lot of my contemporaries and constituents, a lot of my peers and predecessors. And so we go we go and we in the little back hall, and I hear him raising money right then. When I'm in the back, I say, I'm gonna stay back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was me, 2 Chainz, Tamika.
No, that's funny. Why he call his wife? Is his wife's name Tamika?
Yeah, Tiny is her nickname. Her
Yeah,
real name. Her real name is Tamika.
Right. Why you gonna stay out and talk about? I heard them trying to do the delivery, passing out the offering plate, and I decided to stay back. That is hilarious.
To even reference the church to the strip club is hilarious.
Exactly that part. Like he saw money was out, and he decided to sound the red alarm.
I think Dro was there, I believe. Bow Wow was there. Bow Wow was asleep, by the way. I mean,
He was asleep
Bow
at
Wow was
church.
asleep. Yeah, Bow Wow was asleep. But anyway,
Bow Wow was asleep at the church.
Yeah. He missed the whole thing. He missed I looked at him and said, that baby tired. But anyway, so and they was in Kanye, you know what I'm saying? When Kanye went out there, when we went out there. But then I tell you, when I was in the back hallway, I heard him passing the plate around. So then we waited till Ye said he was ready to go on that. So then we walked out, took our seats. Do you know they stopped everything to raise money again, passing the plates by, just because they saw that, you know how in the strip club, they hit the red light, let the people in the room know that the money's in the house.
Now, if the church reminded him of a strip club, it reminded him of what he used to. It reminded him of what he normally spends money on. The church should strive not to remind anybody of a strip club.
I was a visiting pastor.
Oh, yeah.
It was a visiting pastor. See, now, Jamal, I'll tell you, he smooth.
Absolutely.
You feel me? He smooth, man. He smooth. Because he wasn't going to get put out there and seen, you know what I'm saying, pandering or soliciting. No. He invited his fellow pastor from somewhere else to grab the mic and say, hey, get your prayers past the roof. Go on and put in there. I think he said some money. I need $1,000.
The Lord told me,
close the doors from me
with spiritual precision. He says, each of you will sow a seed you have never sown in your life.
Close the doors from me for a quick moment.
This is the stuff they like to do.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people don't even want to go
Close
to
the
church.
doors. Close the doors.
Because of people like them.
Close the doors. Close the doors.
Yeah.
Listen to me. This ain't for propaganda, and if you have doubt or no faith in this area, go sit down. I didn't ask for you to speak. I'm talking. Say amen.
Amen. Wow.
The Lord says, this ain't for propaganda. This ain't
Say
a game or a gimmick. You are not giving for a house. Let me say this and make it clear. You are not giving for a new car. You are not giving to line the pockets of the prophet.
The fact that you gotta even say that means that that's exactly what you about to give for.
The devil is a lie.
Oh,
that was a new
is it
birth.
Oh, Lord.
Smooth, man. He smooth. Because he wasn't where else to grab the mic and say, hey.
He says, each of you will sow a seed you have never sown in your life. Listen to me. This ain't for propaganda, and if you have doubt or no faith in this area, go sit down. I didn't ask for you to speak. I'm talking. Say amen.
Amen.
The Lord says, this ain't for propaganda. This ain't a game or a gimmick. You are not giving for a house. Let me say this and make it clear. You are not giving for a new car. You are not giving to line the pockets of the prophet.
The devil is a liar.
You are not giving to line the pockets of the pastor. Can I say it stronger? You are not giving You are not being fleeced tonight.
That's exactly what
The
you're
Holy
being.
Ghost told me to tell you and your spouse to get as close to a $5,000 seed and sow it like it's nothing.
God
It is in
made
that
him say
seed
that
he's
stuff
going to
because he
replenish
wanted
your
to
former
expose
glory.
exactly
I don't
what's
know if
happening.
that was the service that T.I was at, but I have done a video on this man before, as y'all can see. And T.I hit the nail on the head. We do not want churches looking like they're the club, looking like it's the strip club, or any other club for that matter.
All right, so that is pretty much that clip.
Right. T.I really did hit it on the head. And how dare you raise money off of this? But you've already groomed your church to be okay with this. And so to me, it's no different. Remember the lady that attacked the little boy at the playground, the little black boy at the
Right.
playground? And then she
Carlo
raised,
Hendricks.
yeah, and she raised all kind of money off of hate. Same thing with the church, in my opinion. You're raising money off of immoral values.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then they're the reason why people who are waking up right now don't support the church.
Right. And you got your church in a damn cult at this point, in my opinion.
The people who do support that shit, yeah. But the majority of the people are like, nah, this is not what God and, Christianity is supposed to represent.
Not God-like at all.
Well, guys, I think this was another successful show. We appreciate everybody that's still here. If you are still here, can you do us a huge favor and hit the like button?
And subscribe to the channels. Leave a comment on the replay.
That's right. That's right. And let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the church has been... I mean, I feel like the church is cooked. At this point, if we have these type of leaders who represent what the church is, then the church is cooked. So we got to make sure we hold these type of people accountable, get them out of, these leadership positions. And yeah, if the church is going to continue, because it can't continue like this.
Well, let me just say this, because I'm gonna have to do the whataboutism about the church. Okay, so if you find yourself in a cult in your church, and you find that they're not dotting the I's and crossing the T's, or just acting the way that you feel like they should act, I advised for you to find you another church. Don't forget about God altogether, because we can't let people like him and other what's that other one name? Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
We can't let Marvin Sapp and Donnie McClurkin and let's just say this. These Mickey Fickies used to be singers, gospel singers. Okay? Marvin Sapp used to be a gospel singer. I don't know what Jamal Bryant used to be. I think he was like a motivational speaker at first, or maybe he should be a motivational speaker. I don't know. But I do know some of these gospel singers are washed up. And I'm not saying that Marvin Sapp is washed up all the way, but I do realize that a lot of these singers are not making the money that they used to make. So they're finding themselves trying to, come up through the church.
Get a ministry
going and come up and make it up, make up the coins, in the church. And how dare you pimp God for your own personal use? Because that's basically what a lot of these preachers are doing. So if you feel like your pastor is a pimp and he pimping you and he pimping the congregation, then I suggest you find another church that really believe in God and that's holy, because I don't feel like every church in America is bad, but I do feel like the way that some of these people run their churches, and it ain't just black preachers, it's some of the Caucasian preachers and churches of all faiths, of all kinds. If you find out your person, whoever you worship and wherever you worship, if you find out that they're not dotting the I's and crossing the T's, just go find somebody else to worship with. But don't let them make you miss out and make you and have you missing out on trying to live a holy life. So I just want to throw that out there.
I second that motion. All right, guys. Well, we again appreciate you guys being a part of the conversation. We have so much more to talk about. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button for this video so other people can also get in on the conversation. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Maybe YouTube might recommend it to somebody. And until the next video, guys, we will see you
out.
We are.
Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you know what time it is. No scripts, no filters, no fear. We said what we said and meant that. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real. No filter shit, we say what we feel. Politics, stories, truth on display. Come on, we talk that talk in our own way. Off the record, minion the God, let's go. Foxy 2 Roxy 3, she go hard.
I swear on everything, that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
So hard, busy with the facts, she never miss. Nah, I said what I said, that's the twist. Off the record, yeah, come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. We pull the roots from what they keep. From pain to progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Minion bring the vision, Foxy bring the flame. Lizzie drop a cease, it'll never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We taking truth global, remember the name. No apologies, no disguise. Just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. We said what we said. Off the record. Yeah. Yeah. We said what we said. Off the record.